Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat live tonight. This morning, we have a very exciting game in the WSL. We've opened up the weekend with Chelsea vs Aston Villa on Friday. We had two matches yesterday and now we're on to the big game of the weekend. It's Arsenal versus Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium. Harry, are you excited?
I mean, how could I not be? This is going to be a very, very good game. But as you say, it's been a really, really good weekend so far of WSL action. It's great to have the Women's Super League back, and what a game to kick off today with. This is going to be huge. This is a game that you look at, and when you see Arsenal versus Man City, you know that this game will have a big say on where the WSL title goes at the end of the season. To have that game as the opening game for these two sides is absolutely brilliant. There is so much behind this game. Yes, they can get it back over the course of the season, but this is landing that early blow. Which one of these two sides will take the advantage already? From a Chelsea point of view, they know that at least one, if not both of these two sides, is going to drop points today. So it is crucial for whoever does win to get those 3 points on the board. If Arsenal or City or both drop points, that will be a very, very frustrating game. So it's going to be very, very good. There's a lot on the line in this game.
Yeah, intriguingly, they could both put themselves in a really difficult position in the title race. If they were to draw today, it puts them 2 points behind Chelsea from the off.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arsenal play Chelsea in a few weeks' time, so that'll be a chance to take those points back. But a draw today would be detrimental for both teams' title fights. But yeah, they'll both know that winning today will stand them in really good stead. We saw last season though Arsenal beat Man City on both occasions, and yet they finished third and were far. By the end of the season, we're quite far off that title battle. Whereas City only lost on goal difference, so it's not the be all and end all. But if Arsenal can win today, they put themselves in a really good position. They get one over on Manchester City again. I think it definitely puts them in a positive light. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Obviously, Arsenal come into this game off the back of quite a disappointing game in Europe against BK Häcken on Wednesday night. They didn't look very good in that game. And I think there's a lot of people who would have been confident about today that have perhaps lost that belief after that game. As for Manchester City, well, they won 5-0, so they couldn't really have done much more in that game.
And that is, I think that will make a difference. You want to come into this game, you want to open your season coming into form. City put 5 past a decent team. Arsenal struggled against a Häcken side who are very, very good, but overall, got to get that out of the mind now. This is what matters. The result today and how you play today is all that matters now. They've got to forget about the UWCL for the moment, because a win today would be absolutely crucial. The games between these two last season were brilliant. Black Stenius was kind of the face of it all. Late drama in both games, and she was involved scoring all the goals for Arsenal. So if anything's going to happen, look to Stina Black Stenius to find the goals for Arsenal potentially today. But overall, two very, very interesting lineups and a lot to play for. And I think I say interesting lineups because I think both 11s have got some surprises.
Yeah, well, let's have a look then at those teams. We'll start with the home side, Arsenal, as we are at the Emirates Stadium today. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Eiderval's side. In goal, Manuela Zinsberger. A back four of Fox, Ruben Moy, Kadina and Katie McCabe. In the pivot, it's Cooney Cross and Little. On one side, Caitlin Ford. On the other, Mariona Caldente. Frida Manham in attacking midfield, and leading the line, Stina Black Stenius. So some big decisions in there. We see Manham come back into the side after Kafaji played in the week. We see Caitlin Ford back in over Beth Mead, and we see Russo drop to the bench with them favouring Stina Black Stenius. Do you think that with that decision, Eiderval has that game in May on his mind, where Black Stenius scored that late double? She's shown she's very good against Man City. Is that what Eiderval's thinking here?
Potentially so, and I don't blame him, to be honest. I think with what Arsenal have got, they've got this right. Obviously, no Leah Williamson through concussion today.
That's a big loss.
That is a big loss, but Ruben Moy and Kadina, for me, are perfectly capable of handling the Man City attack. I think overall, with Van Domselaar and Williamson injured, I think this is the strongest Arsenal 11 that really put out. A lot of people will say, where's Beth Mead? But to be honest, after the performance on Wednesday, and you look at how Caitlin Ford's coming into this season, I think it makes sense to play Ford. You can't drop Mariona Caldente, she's that good. I think Manham in for Kafaji makes sense, because I don't think, again, you go experience in a game like this. So for me, I think Eiderval's got this spot on. I think the Arsenal 11 is exactly how I would have put it.
Yeah, fair enough. I think what you lose with Williamson, though, is more the leadership in the dressing room, on the field. Obviously, she'll still be in attendance. But if the going gets tough in this game, she is that voice from the back. She is that commanding presence that will just spur your team on a little bit more. I think that the difference between Wubben-Moy and Williamson is actually more marginal than you'd think. I think that both of them have the same sort of skill set. So it's not a huge gap between the two of them, but Williamson brings that experience, brings that leadership. So I do think they'll lose out in that regard. I mean. And let's have a look then at the visitors, the Manchester City side. Gareth Taylor has them lined up in a 4-3-3 today then. In goal, Yamashita retains her spot from the win against Paris FC. It's a back four of Kasparai, Alexandri, Greenwood and Uahabi. In the midfield three, Hasegawa propped up in midfield with Park and Miedemar, the more advanced midfielders. On one flank it's Virgino, on the other Lauren Hemp, and leading the line, Khadija Shaw. Last season's top goal scorer, Khadija Shaw.
It's interesting. It is interesting. There's obviously a few. Great to see Khadija Shaw back. Virgino favoured over Chloe Kelly once again, like it was in the UWCL. The midfield three intrigues me because I don't think it's very balanced at all with Miedemar and Park in there, and Yamashita in goal. So I have a lot of questions about this Manchester City 11. We're going to go through all of them, but overall, I look at the two 11s on paper, and Arsenal just. I don't know. The Arsenal 11 looks more confident. It looks stronger to me. I just don't see how this City team's going to kind of piece together and work.
Well, we've been talking about that City midfield all summer and how there isn't really any balance there. They lost Philippa Angeldal, so that leaves them very weak. Laura Coombs is a good rotation player, but realistically can't start every WSL game. So it does leave them a little bit weak. I think once you've got Jill Roord in there, who does tend to play a more advanced midfield role, but can play slightly deeper, I think that gives you that balance. But until then, I do agree that their midfield is quite unbalanced. I guess they'll just go to try and score more than the opposition. And that worked on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Yui Hasegawa could just cover the whole pitch if she really wanted to, so they might get away with it. I think very intriguing to see how Miedemar plays. Obviously scored on Wednesday night, returning to the Emirates in a Manchester City shirt. It's a big moment for her, isn't it? It's one of those where it's gonna be. This was the worst. She did not want Arsenal first. You don't want to return to your old club in your first game for your new club. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she'll score it and be brilliant. But I'm intrigued to see how she's going to play in that midfield three. I'm intrigued to see whether it's going to work or not.
The other point of intrigue I have is obviously that we've not really seen Khadija Shaw play against Leah Williamson. So it's a shame we don't see that against Dave. But Shaw obviously missing from that game in May. I think that would have been a big difference maker because Shaw does score a lot of goals, as we know. Yes. 21 strikes last season, and she missed a large part of the end of the season. She missed a good 4 or 5 games. So phenomenal goal scoring record last campaign. But yeah, lots of comments in chat, so let's talk through those then, and we'll get into predictions in just a moment. Johnny Sin saying Brighton yesterday was good. Yeah, very true. They were absolutely phenomenal in that game. I think they'll be one to look out for this season. Again, though, I do mitigate that with the fact that they played Everton, who I think are in real danger of going down the season. Them and West Ham both looked really poor yesterday. Were probably my favourites to go down. We'll see how Palace get on later today, but they're probably my favourites to go down. Johnny also says, whoever predicted Russo as top scorer needs a jail sentence because that is a criminal statement. That was an odd choice in the
It was an odd choice. I also kind of forgot that we are going to see Russo and Blacksenius rotate, so... Mate, it was a punt. It was a prediction. I'm taking a gamble, but realistically, I think Khadija Shaw could prove to me today why I'm wrong.
Yeah, I said Khadija Shaw because I'm not mental. Also, the comments asking if we're going to show the game. Unfortunately, we can't, and I'm asking where it is shown. If you're in the UK, it's on Sky Sports, but we understand a lot of people don't have Sky Sports. So if you can't find a way to watch the game elsewhere, you're more than welcome to join us for the match. If you're outside of the UK, then it will be shown on it's a broadcast selection, so it's not on YouTube in a lot of countries, but... Yeah, we've already got some predictions coming in. So shall we get into predictions, Harry, then, with 5 minutes till kickoff?
Yes, I think, to be honest, I haven't thought of a prediction. I probably should have done this. I'm going to back Arsenal. As I said, I just look at the two teams and I think, yes, they didn't look very good against Herken, but we know Arsenal. We know against low blocks who like to counter, they struggle a lot. But against teams that are going to step onto them, which City are going to do, Arsenal can thrive. They did the double over City last season. And look at the two starting 11s, and Arsenal just fill me with more confidence. They're going to get something from this game. I will go. I think it'll be the same result as it was when the two sides met last year of 2-1 to Arsenal. Wow. I think the Gunners will take the lead through Mariona Caldente, and the Emirates will erupt. Then City will equalise through Khadija Shaw, and then it'll be a winner late on from Stina Blackstenius. It's going to be, if Arsenal win today, Stina Blackstenius will score.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. I'm intrigued by this game. I really can't cooler. I think that Arsenal, for me, look really poor against BK Häcken, but as you say, that just shows they still can't break down a low block. I think today's going to be a very action-packed game, very end-to-end match, and I think it will end a draw. I don't think we'll see blood drawn either way. I think it will end even, and we'll see how. And then I think we won't really have a gauge on where the two place in terms of the title race. So I'll say a draw. I'm gonna go 2-2. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think there'll be a lot of action, quite end-to-end stuff, as I say. I think looking at that midfield battle, yes, City's midfield is very aggressive, with only Hasegawa in there being a more defensive option.
Yeah.
But I don't think the midfield of Cooney Cross and Kim Little was particularly defensive either.
No,
we saw against Häcken how they pressed up really aggressively, and there was a lot of space to expose. So I think it's going to be a very open game. I think that it's going to be it's going to rely on the goalkeepers making a lot of saves, and I'm not confident in either goalkeeper just yet. We've not seen enough for Yamashita, and I'm not confident in Zinsberger. So I think there's going to be a lot of goals today. I will go a Caitlin Ford goal because she's been on fire recently, so I think she'll keep that good run of form going. I think we will see. I think City will level it then before half time through Khadija Shaw, because Khadija Shaw is very good. Surprisingly, I will say Rosa Kafaji on her debut off the bench to score to what they think is the winner, and then an equaliser from Vivian Miedemar against Arsenal at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2.
That would be something. Prediction. That would be something. But I think either way, no matter what the result is, it's going to be drama. Look at last season. It's going to be one hell of a game. No matter what the result is, no matter how many goals there are, we're in for a brilliant, brilliant affair.
Definitely. So if you are watching along, make sure to get your predictions in the live chat. Me has said City to win 2-0. That's an interesting prediction. I like to see it. Yi Chen Lui is saying Leia. Yeah, that was a big loss, I think, for Arsenal. As I say, I think more in the sense that they've lost their captain there, their leader in Leia Williamson. Kim Little was the captain, but there's still a lot of leadership coming from Leia Williamson. So I do think they'll miss that. But I think that in terms of the actual on the pitch stuff and the football, I don't think there's a huge difference in the skill set of Leia Williamson and Lotte Wubben-Moy. Yeah. And that may be a controversial opinion, but I think that in terms of the range of passing and all that sort of stuff, Wubben-Moy is not as far away from Williamson as a lot of people would think. So
fair enough.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Johnny Sins is fed up of Kafaji hype. Fair enough. I mean, we haven't really seen it come to fruition yet. She looked quiet against Häcken, but
she's played one game.
Well, exactly that. And I think in this game where City's midfield is quite open, I think there'll be space for her to exploit, and that's where she comes to life. We saw that in the Champions League last season. So when people didn't expect things from her, it's where she came in as unpredictable that she was more dangerous. It's why she was so good in the games against Real Madrid and Paris FC, and she still looked quite decent in the Chelsea game in the Champions League last season. So yeah, I think we'll still we haven't seen anything from her yet, but I think we will. So.
Yeah, definitely so. She's one of those players where I do think that eventually she will improve Arsenal. Whether it might not be this, it might not be now, it might not be in the next couple of months, it might not be this season, but overall she will improve Arsenal. Same with Caldente. Again, this is why Arsenal sign players like Mariona Caldente, because this is the type of game where she can make the difference. If it is a draw, if it is a close match, Caldente is the type of player where in these big games she absolutely thrives on it, and she will pick up the ball and she'll go and change the result. And that could be the difference. Again, I think Arsenal, to be honest, are actually really favourable in big games. Their results in big games are really positive because I think they've got a lot of big game players. And they've added Caldente to that. I think Blackstenius thrives under the pressure when she needs to provide.
Last season they beat Manchester City in both matches.
Yeah.
They beat Chelsea. Oh, sorry, they drew with City and beat them, right?
Yeah.
They beat Chelsea at the Emirates as well. The Emirates is a fortress. It's not packed to the rafters today as we normally expect it to be, but there's still a strong 40,000 people there.
It's a brilliant atmosphere, and there's this red mist that has kind of descended over the stadium. It is going to be a very, very good game, and I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. I really can't.
I think it's going to be a very exciting one. It's also, obviously, Vivian Miedemar's WSL debut for Manchester City. Hardly her WSL debut, though. Very experienced in this division.
And I think these games are really strange games sometimes, because this is the opening match week, so it's exciting but when you see these two are be right up there at the end of the season pushing for this WSL title, it's going to be brilliant no matter what happens. And Gareth Taylor is sat in the stands today.
So I'm not sure why. He must have had some sort of ban at the end of last season.
Yeah.
that has sent him into the stands for today's game. So that is interesting.
Do you know what, last season was so many
Can
days
that have
ago,
an
I've
impact?
forgotten. Potentially, 100%.
Because he's not going to be able to mouth off at the full official. Neither about Will. We know
Yes, that is
Neither about
true.
Will. And we're about to get underway here at the Emirates Stadium. It'll be Arsenal to get us started in this one. Oh, well, Black Stars has decided to talk to the referee about something before we can get started. That's cooled the hype a little bit, Stina, but here we go then. Referee looks down at her watch, blows her whistle. Well, let's first take a knee in a stand against all forms of discrimination. Still a very poignant message. Now the referee blows her whistle. And eventually we do get underway. Stina Blackstone knocks it back. Arsenal get us started in this crunch match. It's Arsenal versus Manchester City. Match week 1 of the 24-25 WSL season. So Zinsberger on the ball now. Well, Zinsberger's still on the ball. Arsenal not looking like they want to play this particularly quickly.
And that's the main thing.
And it's picked off early here by Lauren Hempel. She better keep that in play. Not quite. Way too lethargic.
Yeah.
What are Arsenal doing in that position?
And this is where it's going to be patient. Both sides have got to remain calm. As neutrals, as WSL fans, everyone watching gets excited. We get hyped up for these games. But as players, you can get hyped up for the game, but you've got to remain calm. You've got to remain patient when you're actually involved.
And this is Caldente bringing it forwards. Ball finds its way through to Stina Blackstenius. Kasparai sweeps it up. Yamashita. And that's flagged offside. I thought that was a huge error from Yamashita there, but actually it was flagged offside. For anyone asking about the game, unfortunately we are not able to show it. If you can't find it on YouTube, that's because it is on Sky, so it's not on YouTube in the UK. If you're outside the UK, it'll also be shown on a broadcaster if they've bought the rights to it. So yeah, there are it is behind a paywall for a lot of people this week. That is why we're streaming it. So if you can't find a way to watch it, you can at least join us for the game. But yeah, Greenwood on the ball. Unfortunately, we don't have the rights to it. If we could afford the rights, we would buy them. Greenwood sending it forwards, looking for Lauren Hemp. That will be collected by Wooben Moy. Now to Fox, and Arsenal will look to play out here. Down the line to Wooben Moy. Khadija Shaw comes across assertively, but Wooben Moy rides that challenge well. Tries to play out, picked off in there by Hasegawa. Here's Greenwood. Tries to find a ball through to Khadija Shaw. Here comes Cooney cross though after intercepting it. Now Ford. Uwahabi quick to engage, and that's out for an Arsenal throw. Ford looking for an option down the line, nothing becoming immediately apparent, and she'll let Emily Fox come and take that throw. But we're already seeing Arsenal look a bit more comfortable in possession than we did against Häcken. Häcken were much more aggressive in the press, and that's what caused Arsenal a lot of issues. So far they've looked more comfortable playing out from the back. Not the City aren't pressing them, just the City are giving them more options to work with. But also, they're bringing Zinsberger out a bit more. And so they are they're shifting their whole in-possession stuff a little bit higher up the field.
Yeah, no. And hopefully that will pay dividends for Arsenal. But it's one of those where the City aren't going to go. City, Häcken had a game plan. City also have a game plan. Their game plan isn't to run at Arsenal 100 miles an hour and look to break them down. Or to force a break in their possession play. It's going to be very patient stuff. It's going to start to be laboured because these games are so big. You don't want to give anything away too early.
Yeah. Here is Alexandri. Now Yamashita. Greenwood. So City looking to come forwards now. Miedemar back to Hasegawa. Now Alex Greenwood. Needs a forward option here. Arsenal doing very well at remaining compact at the moment. They're not really giving City those passing options forward. It's back to Greenwood now. Hasegawa. Greenwood again. Tries to come down the line. Miedemar. Uwahabi. Now back to Greenwood. Nice triangle from Manchester City. Hasegawa bringing it forwards now. Hemp unable to get there, and Arsenal win it back, but it's picked off again by Yui Hasegawa. And City could look to bring it forwards. Park. Alexandri has a wide option of Kasparai available. Does use Kirsten Kasparai now. Breaking down the right-hand side. Manchester City. Ball into the box. Shaw would have met it. Headed away by Cadena. Crucial header from the Spaniard. Little placed them into trouble. And it's backs against the walls now for Arsenal. McCabe, ice cool there. Takes it past Fagino and sends a pass forwards to Greenwood. And that allows City to have the ball once again. Miedema. But that was nervy for Arsenal there. Important header away from Cadena. Just about getting away with that one.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Man City just had that ability to turn it on, and they did, and it was very, very good play. They dragged everyone to the left-hand side, quickly played it to the right-hand side. Kasparov puts the ball in, and without that header, it would have found its way to Khadija Shaw, and Khadija Shaw heading from 6 yards out usually ends up in the back of the net. So a very vital touch from the centre half.
Harvey finds Lauren Hemp. Hemp trying to come up the line now. Fox does well to stand her ground, and that's good from Ford coming in. Hemp does keep that in play, apparently not according to the line.
Yeah, good defending, just doubling up there on Hemp and managing just to see her out.
Yeah.
But Arsenal have just got to remain, keep City at bay. Let City have the ball, but don't let them start to put you under pressure.
Also, I didn't realise Miedema had the 6 shirt, and I really don't like that.
No.
Cagino picks it off, and she's got away with it there, Cadena. That has to be punished by City. Such a good opportunity. Picked up by Hemp here, though. Arsenal poor again. Hemp is flagged for something. It's handball. Arsenal getting away with them here. Because Virginia should have done something with the first one. Hemp should have done something with that. That has struck the arm. It's close to the body, but I can see why that's been given. But Arsenal getting opened up far too easily. But here they come forwards now. The best way to relieve pressure is to put someone of your own. And here comes Stina Blackstenius. Waits for some support. McCabe overlapping. Wants to cross this ball. Is marked too closely by Kasparai, though. Will now go back. Caldente. Cooney cross. Here's Cadena. Now Ruben Moy.
That's well managed by City. Just seeing Arsenal back to their own halfway line.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I really don't understand why. I get sending McCabe forwards and bringing Caldente inside into that inverted role, but the issue is McCabe's never getting back. Miedema takes over range and it just whistles past the post. Arsenal get away with another one. Miedema almost striking against her former side. It's poor in there from Kim Little. She just doesn't see that she's got a player on her back. I mean, to be fair, Cooney Cross as well in there.
I don't think Cooney Cross Little doesn't realise the ball's coming to her. Yeah. And Miedema just pounces on it, and I tell you what, that's just past the post.
Yeah, if that's on target, I think that's in. I don't think that Zinsberger would have kept that one out. And City going so close again. Arsenal are on the ropes here.
It's nervy. It's really nervy from Arsenal.
Here is Emily Fox carrying that ball forwards. Well, they could look to relieve the pressure, as I say, by bringing it forwards. Ford down the line, option in the box. Will play it inside. Blackstenius misses it. Will fall for Manham, who fires it home. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. The Emirates erupts as Arsenal take the lead on the opening day. 7 minutes into this crunch match. What a finish from Frida Manham. And just like that, Arsenal, under sustained pressure, flip it from back to front. And what a finish from the Dane. And Norwegian. Don't get that wrong.
And this is what they did so well last season. The games against Man City. Man City had the ball. Man City forced the errors. But when Arsenal get the opportunity, they take it. It's brilliant from Ford. It's a great ball in. Blackstenius doesn't really get onto it, but she manages to flick it backwards. And Frida Manham, that is a superb finish.
It sets up perfectly here for Frida Manham, who just smashes it past quite a few bodies in the box there. Brilliant from Manham, brilliant from Arsenal, and they lead in this crucial game. Yeah. What a start. No
goalkeeper in the world is saving that. That is a brilliant, brilliant effort. And now the pressure's on Manchester City. They've gone a goal behind. The thing that now we see the differences between last season's games and this season's. Last season, Man City led both times against Arsenal and then lost the game.
They really should have led today. There's so many opportunities in there. Hemp was unlucky to hit her hand. Virginia couldn't quite get on the ball. But ultimately, they didn't take any of those opportunities. And then Arsenal have stung them. 7 minutes into this one, and now they're playing with confidence. Arsenal, huge challenge from Ford.
And that's the player they got in the game. Caitlin Ford's first touch, and she puts in a dangerous ball. Caitlin Ford looks like a new player this season. She's coming into this campaign off of a really good pre-season, looked brilliant in Europe, and really has looked very, very sharp in the first 8 minutes.
And I questioned her, and rightfully so, because last season she wasn't on it.
No.
We spoke about in our pre-season content how Ford wasn't on it last season, and with Caldente coming in, is she going to struggle for game time? But she's making that right-hand side her own.
Yeah, yeah. And what she's done is she's playing so well that she's forced Beth Mead out the side.
Yeah.
Who has obviously I don't think she's really got back to her best since she came back from injury. And now Ford's hit a brilliant patch of form. Mead can't play now because you don't bench Mariona Calantane. Here's Ford again.
Caitlin Ford driving the ball forwards, gives it to Emily Fox. Fox looking to cut it back. That goes to Yamashita. And it was flagged for offside in there.
But again, this link up between Fox and Ford is very, very effective. Ford's got space. Uahabi's not getting tight enough to her, but that's because she's then got to deal with the overlap of Fox as well. Greenwood does well initially, does actually well to get out there and stop the cross from Fox. But yeah, wow, City have got questions to be asked.
Yeah.
I think the Arsenal nervy, when in possession nervy play is just lacking Leah Williamson. But so far they've got away from it, and they've got away with it, and they're 1-0 up.
For me, they're more missing someone in the pivot who can really control and dictate the tempo. Kim Little's a very good player, came across very good players, but they're not really defensive midfielders. If you've got someone like Pullover in there, or even to a certain extent Leah Valti, you have someone who's really comfortable playing in the pivot and will be able to move that ball around, be able to dictate the tempo a little better than Cooney Cross and Little are, because they look a little bit nervy in there, a little bit like they don't know.
City here in possession. Khadija Short is deeper than Miedemar and Park.
Yeah, well, I guess they think the ball will stick to her more easily.
It's intriguing to see. That's the problem. But the problem is Park and Miedemar are both making that run beyond Shaw. But they can't both do that because they have no midfielders, as being pointed out here.
There, but they've been opened up against City.
That's a huge
Shamua Harvey to prevent that ball out wide to Caitlin Ford. Justin Williams asking, is Keating injured? No, Kiara, we don't really know what's happening with Kiara Keating.
No.
Was benched for the Paris FC game. I assume they were just giving Yamashita an opportunity. She starts again today, though, Yamashita. I don't really understand it. Keating was the best goalkeeper, in my opinion, in the league last season.
And it's not like Yamashita did something... It's not like Yamashita did something spectacular in the Paris FC game that warranted a start today.
No. Isabel says Pullover's injured. Yeah, no, I know. I was just saying, that's what they're missing in there, is Victoria Pullover. She's out for the season. That's a huge loss. And I think that's why they wanted Kira Walsh. Because they don't have anyone in defensive midfield who can dictate the game.
Does Valti give you a little bit more control than Cooney Cross does?
She gives you control, but I don't know if she can dictate the tempo in the same way. And her passing range isn't as strong. So I think with having Little and Cooney Cross there, who are much more mobile than Leah Valti and can make those recovering runs, but also press up a lot. I mean, we saw how aggressive Arsenal's press was against BK Herken. Clearly they want to try and do that, and with Leah Valti that would be very difficult. But yeah. For anyone asking, by the way, if you are trying to watch on YouTube, it's not available if you're in the UK, Australia, anywhere like that. Some countries it is available on YouTube on the WSL channel, but for most, because this is a broadcast pick, it's only available on the broadcast channels. So in like the UK, that's Sky Sports. If you're in Australia, I believe that's Optus Sports.
Yeah.
So a lot of countries won't be able to watch it for free, unfortunately. But it does mean the league gets money, so there are pros and cons to it. But yeah. Beazle Duck says, just a tip, Manum should really be pronounced with the same vowel sound as in raw. That's how we do it here in Norway with both the double A. They have a tiny circle above it. So it's Manum. Raw. Manum?
Raw.
There we go.
Now, this is the content you guys are here to watch.
Learning to pronounce names. But yeah. Here come Arsenal. Ruben Moy. Little. Now McCabe. It's going to send that ball over the top for Stina Blackstenius to chase onto. And she's in behind again. Blackstenius. She's made a hash of it. And it's off the post. She's overthought it there, Stina Blackstenius. She's just got to take that to the right of Yamashita there.
I mean, that's my big question. What is Yamashita doing?
Well,
why is she there?
She's caught in no man's land. She commits to it. Her positioning is not strong. Blackstenius has got to go right. Because if she goes right, Yamashita either brings her down or lets her round.
Yeah.
But she goes left, and that allows City's defenders to get back in, and it makes the angle for the shot so narrow. That should be 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
That has to be 2-0
That's
Arsenal.
huge.
Yeah, that's a huge miss from Blackstenius.
That is a massive opportunity.
And what we didn't expect to see today was Blackstenius playing on the shoulder.
No.
Is that why she's in there? Because she is more direct than Russo. Russo looks to hold the ball up. Blackstenius playing on the shoulder. Very interesting to see.
Marnham is not the type of player to go beyond Russo.
No, very true.
I'm sticking with Marnham now.
Fair enough. Miedemar. It's going to take some getting used to, like when we were pronouncing Miedemar's name wrong.
Yeah.
But if there are any pronunciations like that, and if you are a native speaker, then feel free to correct our pronunciation. There are going to be ones we get wrong, occasionally. So yeah. Anyway, Kate McCabe lets that go out of play. It'll be her throw now. And Arsenal can look to bring it forwards.
I did watch like the pronunciation video, but it was just Sam Kerr saying her name 15 times.
Yeah, Millie Brighton. Arsenal come away with the ball again. Blackstenius making up ground here, tries to put the ball in the box. Huge challenge from Kasparai. City are getting opened up.
City are struggling
every time. Arsenal have no issues at the moment playing through City. And it just it means that Arsenal can keep playing balls up top into Blackstenius, who's making that run on the shoulder. It means they've got so much space for their midfield players, those conductors to operate in. The wingers are able to cut inside, and there's acres. City are being stretched. And Arsenal's tactic here, and we spoke about this all summer, and they still can't break down a low block. When they play against these top sides, they just stretch the pitch so much. There is so much space in central areas, and with Caldente operating centrally, with Marnham operating centrally, you've got players in there who can really cause some issues.
And I mean, we said in the build-up as well that if Arsenal are going to do well today, Stina Blackstenius will be involved. And again, she is the focal point of this Arsenal danger.
Ball into the box, and that's won by Khadija Shaw, and she'll just smash that clear. I mean, relieving Manchester City's pressure.
Shaw doesn't touch the ball today.
No.
And that's the problem. Shaw can score 21 goals if you get the ball to her. But if you don't get the ball to her, then she can't. You know, and I think sometimes the best way of nullifying such a deadly striker is to not let players get to the ball to them. Rather than try and stop Shaw, stop City's creators, and then you stop Shaw scoring. But Arsenal have definitely looked better. So, since the goal, they've looked all over City.
Yeah. James saying Man City should consider building up with a back three to beat the top of Arsenal. 3-4-3, wide front three to pin back the fullbacks and go player for player in the middle. It's interesting. I mean, I'm intrigued as to why. I don't like their midfield balance at all, but I think you can still operate with Hasegawa in there. The problem is they can't build up with a three, James, because they're only playing one defensive midfielder, so you don't really have the balance. What they could do is invert one of their fullbacks to play in there, or push one of the centre halves forward in a libero type role. But then they're already playing Alexandri as a right centre half because they just don't have great defensive options. Yeah, I found City squad building so weird. I don't know why they didn't go and look at a top quality centre half. Alexandri can play that role fine, but why not go and just someone who's really proficient in that role?
And I wouldn't.
And another midfielder would have been an obvious signing because they've lost Angeldal this summer. I just don't really understand their signings.
But even we've seen some risky systems use the goalkeeper as well as the back three. But I wouldn't do that with Yamashita because so from what I've seen in the first 17 minutes, it's erratic.
Well, she seems to like playing hard at the pitch. So.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Maybe just do that. Then you don't need to defend if you're attacking all the time.
No.
But yeah.
City just need to get back to what they're doing before Arsenal score. They need to get back on control in this game. That's what they're trying to do. But McCabe sees that chance cleared and up the line again, and Arsenal can just push City back another 20 yards. I mean, here we are seeing. I mean, Yamashita is higher than Greenwood at the moment.
This is the other way they can do it. I mean, I'm just trying to work out where everyone is for them. So they've pushed Kasparai forwards here, and this is what I'm saying. They've got a three now, but only one in midfield.
Yeah.
Park's dropped in, and Miedemar's now dropping in. But those two only ever drop in together. So you're just creating a situation where they don't have an option. And then Firgino comes really wide left. So it overloads that front right-hand side. But they don't really have any passing options at the moment, Manchester City.
No. They need to work it out. They need to really...
Because Manham's going player for player with Hasegawa. It basically means she's out of the game.
Yeah.
And so City's only option at the moment is just to pass it between the centre-halves and wait for some sort of direct ball into Shaw.
Yeah.
Or for Park or Miedemar to find a bit of space. It's bizarre. James says, the problem with playing against 4-4-2 is that City are not moving the ball quickly to find the spare player in the middle. Yeah. They're too lethargic. And it's allowing Arsenal to be fairly comfortable out of possession, but here that comes City looking to break that. Miedemar runs herself into trouble, and Arsenal can break away now. Fox. Marnham.
Miedemar just ran at players there, and she really didn't need to do that, and that is a wasted opportunity. But I think I would have been very intrigued to see where this game would have... And this is what Arsenal do best, though. Because I think if Arsenal hadn't scored, City could probably be 1-0 up by now because they'd have put Arsenal under so much pressure that they probably would have conceded. But because Arsenal do what they do best, they get the goals against the run of play. They against big teams, they punish them, and that is such a vital skill to have. Is to I mean they'd like to find another one. I think that's the crucial part for Arsenal now, is to get a second one, and then suddenly you put City in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously you build that cushion.
Oh yeah,
you protect yourself, because City will adapt. At some point in this game, Gareth Taylor has to change what they're doing, because at the moment who is Greenwood supposed to pass to here?
Yeah,
Hassagar's being marked out the game. Miedemar's too high. Shaw's dropping into midfield right now. It's just it's not functional for City at the moment. Arsenal set up really well.
Yeah,
testament to Idewell. We often criticise him, and rightfully so, because his tactics don't work against smaller teams. But in a game like this, his tactics work.
And I think that is the bigger question of Arsenal, is that will they get it right against the smaller sides?
Exactly, and this is what makes me question. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do in the UWCL, but I think they could do well if they can beat teams like BK Häcken and actually get into the proper competition, where they will play top teams who play expansive football. They will do well. Head from range, challenging Manuela Zinsberger, answering the questions asked of her, though. Good stop there.
Yeah, Arsenal are while
they're restricted to pot shots at the moment, City.
Yeah, 100%, and that is a real concern. I mean, they've got the players that have got the ability to score from range, but that's never the way you want to win game. You don't want to be, our only shots are from 25 yards or further.
Isabel says, Jonas is such an insufferable man. Yeah, I think that's the issue as well, isn't it? It's just not very likeable.
No. I mean, he swapped the coat today for the what do you call it? The sleeveless jacket. What's it called?
A gilet.
Yeah, gilet.
He often wears a gilet. I want the cardigan back.
I like the big brown coat. It's my favourite.
Yeah. We'll just do a whole show analysing Idewell's dress sense.
Yeah.
Here comes Caitlin Ford, and while that is not the ball she was looking for, quite a disappointing cross from Caitlin Ford.
Just leant back and didn't get any curl on it.
Justin says, where is this Arsenal in UWCL? They're being outplayed by BK Häcken.
And that's the thing. And that's the worry for Arsenal, is that, so from what we've seen in the City game, in the Häcken game, is that it's exactly like last season. They're brilliant against the top sides, but against the weaker sides, they just can't score goals. And, this is brilliant. We're getting excited about Arsenal playing well here, but from the proof shows that it could just be a very similar season to the last campaign. Different season. I don't see
that's the thing. They've got individual quality, and so they will win matches.
Yes,
but the issue I find is that they will lose games like West Ham again. It might not be West Ham this season, based on how West Ham are playing, but they will lose those type of games because they're not very good against
your Liverpools, your Tottenhams, your Villa.
And they lost to Manchester United last season and Liverpool. They drew to Manchester United, lost to Liverpool. Sorry,
Equally, Villa play very attacking. So
they lost to Tottenham.
They did, yeah.
Well, Villa played. Were Villa very attacking against Chelsea? They're just a good.
They were really good at being the in-between.
Team.
They were defensive when they needed to be. When they could attack, they went for it.
I think the issue with Villa is that Chastity Grant will take McCabe to the cleaners if McCabe plays as high as she does.
Yeah,
which has been quite regimented today. To be fair, the whole Arsenal team has been.
And I think this is because we had a poll go out on our channel yesterday. Who's the best left back in the WSL? And a lot of people said that McCabe didn't have a very good campaign last season. She really dropped off.
But she spent all season getting yellow cards.
Yeah, if she
racked up like 12. They only played 22 games. It was incredible how many yellow cards she got.
But she can get back to the McCabe we know, where she's bringing him attacking returns and making good tackles.
That's lovely there from Will Harvey round the corner into Lauren Hemp. City can open up the space now, trying to find Shaw. Virginia at the back post must score. What a block from Katie McCabe. And she reacts with pure joy, pure relief there. City should have scored. Virginia has to finish this. What a miss for Manchester City to draw them level.
That's a huge chance. We're praising Katie McCabe. It is very good defending, but there's no excuses for Virginia. She just takes way too long to get. You can't afford to take a shot in that situation. You don't have time to take a touch.
It just feels like City have rebuilt too much from last season. City last season were as close as they've ever been to Chelsea, and so much in this squad has changed. Does an inform Chloe Kelly, Mary Fowler, do they put that away? Probably.
Yeah. And obviously, people will argue that Kelly isn't in form. Okay, but Fowler is.
Yeah.
And it's one of those.
And Alfredino is probably a very good player, but we've not seen it yet in a City shirt. And to throw into a game like this rather than go for Mary Fowler, it's a really
when
really
you lose
odd
out,
choice.
when you lose out to a title on goal difference, it's very hard. But you either stick with what you did last season and hope it works again, which is usually the option people go for, or you try and change again to hope that you can better. I think they're trying to better a pretty much perfect season, and you can't do that. So it's just one of those. I mean, Alex Greenwood's got double the touches of anybody because she keeps just having to touch the ball.
She's the only one that's been on the ball.
Here's Marnham. City, Arsenal come forward again. Lots of questions to be answered for Man City.
Yeah.
And I'm very intrigued to see... Sorry, a lot of questions to be asked. I'm very intrigued to see if they can come up with the answers in this game.
Isabel says, reckon Brighton will challenge Arsenal this season. I'm reserving judgment on Brighton because they've only played Everton. Chance now for Arsenal. Calente into the box. Blocked in there by Alexandri. Chance again for Calente. Blocked again by Alexandri.
Quite good, isn't she, Mariona Calente?
Turns out, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, she's got Caspry and Alexandri here all over the place.
Yeah.
Just see, that's a good blocking issue from Alexandri. It's a bit fortunate it does land back to Calente, but in fact she picks the ball up again, drives inside, and it's a good block from the City centre-half. And it's another corner to Arsenal.
Yeah. James says, Hasselgaard's being marked out of the game by the two forwards. Stretch the two up top with three at the back and you open up down the middle. I don't necessarily disagree with you, James.
Not quite sure what is going on at the moment. It's not been cleared by City.
It's not been dealt with.
William Moy's been flattened.
Arsenal will try and recycle possession. Cooney cross sends Hasegawa, can put this into the box, does put this into the box, headed on but headed wide by Singer Blackstenius. Arsenal are playing really well here though. City at the moment are a bit of a mess at the back.
And this is the thing, when
and everywhere to be fair, they've just not looked good at all.
They haven't.
City.
And there's a lot of disappointment so far from City in this first 25 minutes. But for Arsenal, they're proving once again when they get the setup right, the personnel is world class, and when they can play at their best, they are phenomenal players. So it's definitely Sorry, I've just been caught out because Kira Walsh is in attendance.
Has she forgotten she hasn't signed for us?
Yeah, forcing the move.
Yeah. Well, the season's already started.
Yes,
that's interesting.
Planning for January.
I assume, I don't know if she played for Barcelona yesterday. I know a lot of people were complaining about that Barcelona weren't very good yesterday. And so that does fill me with a bit of hope that maybe this will be Chelsea's year. I did also like that... people are not happy with Pere Romeo.
Just what I remember... obviously, while we were streaming Chelsea Aston Villa, we saw that Lyon went 1-0 down.
They won 6-2.
They won 6-2.
Didn't they? Yeah.
So that didn't really matter. City getting on the ball here now, but the problem is Khadija Shaw's having to drop into midfield.
Yeah.
So what they've done there is they've got the ball out wide and then they have to go backwards because their striker is currently playing defensive midfield.
Indeed. B40 says, where are you guys watching from? And Gary says they're in a shed somewhere in England. Yes, that is 100% correct. But yeah, we are in the UK. Watching on Sky. Isabel said Walsh is still with Barca. Yes, I was just questioning, did she play yesterday? I don't think I actually finished my question though, so
yeah,
I'm gonna have a look. But yeah, I know they didn't play by all accounts very well yesterday.
Here's Caitlin Ford.
They only beat Sevilla 1-0, so must have played.
And look at this, Ford is back to her best. She's taking. I mean, I know it the move doesn't work. That's a brilliant tackle from Shaw, and now Hemp's coming the other way. But it's great to see Caitlin Ford run at left fullbacks again.
Shaw holds that up well, tries to play it backwards. It's pinged off favourably for Manchester City. That was not the intention.
That's
Hemp
a
can't quite
tackle.
squeeze it through. McCabe is having a stormer.
Do you know what? I could be one of Kate McCabe's biggest critics at times, but she has been brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant.
Flawless, I'd say.
Got the positioning on point. Her tackles have been perfect. Has made some crucial touches in blocks. Incredible half an hour from Katie McCabe and a brilliant half an hour from Arsenal.
Indeed. Kira Walsh did play for Barcelona, but only 12 minutes. Didn't start. They played Patrick Gallaro in defensive midfield. But yeah.
Cooney cross to Fox.
So it's not like she just took the weekend off. Here's Fox. Plays it forward, held up well by Frida Marnham. She could take aim from this sort of range, and she will take aim, and she gets too much on it. It just rose too much there.
I'm going to be critical of Marnham here, but I think she's got to do better. No one gets near her.
I don't know what City are doing.
I think she's got to keep this down. I really do. She's got
to put it on target. Yeah. We've not seen Yamashita make a save yet.
And
hit the ball on target.
Yeah, and Marnham, she's under no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't know what City are doing.
I mean, this is the Katie McCabe tackle again. That is brilliant. Because she comes flying in, but she times it so well. And that's what is frustrating when she does make bad tackles, is that we know that she is good. We know she can time those tackles well. So when she just barges into Ash Neville for a laugh, we know that she doesn't need to do that.
Yeah. And also, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but Manchester City play Brighton next Sunday.
And they lost to them last season.
And I will be live for it, so...
And wait until Kiko Seke turns up.
Well, exactly. We are only 30 minutes in. City could still win this game and change everything, and then suddenly they're going to win the league.
And that's the thing, there's a long way to go.
It's interesting.
There's a long way to go this season, in this game, whatever. But you have to deal... from what we've seen, it's looking really promising for the Gunners, and City have got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Chelsea fan saying, hi, good to see you, Chelsea fan. Arsenal all over Man City. Yeah, very true. Gary's off to go watch the Formula 1. Gary, if you could not tell us anything that happens, that'd be great. Thanks, because we are recording it and we plan to watch it.
And that goes for everyone.
After this, yeah. If you mention F1, we will ban you. So, because I am not having that spoiled.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Gareth Taylor's on the phone.
Well, they've had 60% possession, and yet they've not really done anything with it. Manchester City.
Yeah.
One shot on target, yet to create a big opportunity.
And for people who don't know, Gareth Taylor's in the stands, by the way. He's not just on the phone on the touchline. He's not just
ringing someone.
Ringing his mum.
Here is Greenwood. Now it's Miedemar.
I think they had 6% possession, but I think Greenwood's had 58% of that.
Yeah.
She's just holding the ball by herself. That nearly Hasegawa found space there and it nearly worked, but it was such a small bit of space.
There's one back here by Freedom Arnhem, and they're coming forwards here. Arsenal again, they've got an overload. Blackstenius, options in the box, will cut it back, and that's a crucial challenge from Alexandri. If not, it was destined for Arsenal's Norwegian attack midfielder. She's already on a goal, Freedom Arnhem. She could add another one there. She could add a couple today. She has all the space in there. Ella Collins asking, is it only being streamed on Sky Sports in the UK? Yes, the only way to watch it in the UK is on Sky Sports.
And I think that'll be a common theme for the big games each weekend.
It will be. If the game is on, if it is a broadcast pick, then you can't watch it anywhere else in the countries that have broadcasters. So all your big countries, the US. It took them a while, but they did eventually sign with someone on Friday morning, which was an awful decision to wait that late to announce it, because it basically meant if you wanted to watch that game, you then suddenly had to buy ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasegawa on the ball. Now Greenwood. Waiting for an option forward. Goes across to Uahabi. Now Greenwood.
Yeah, the game... I think when Arsenal get on the ball, the game speeds up incredibly, because City, although City have control, they're not doing anything with it. They're not putting Arsenal under pressure. They're not creating chances. So the game does, for Arsenal, they're happy because the game is just running away.
Over the top. Hemp might get there. No, she won't. That would have been ambitious. But City's starting to come to it a little bit. But again, the passing, the ball's over the top, it's hopeful rather than assured. They don't look like they know what they're doing at the moment. It's much more hit and hope.
I mean,
football.
10 touches for Khadija Shaw, and only 3 of them have been in Arsenal's half. Not one of them in the penalty area.
How's she going to score from... Well, to be fair,
halfway
she could
line.
do that, but it's more difficult to score from that sort of area.
The top goal scorer of last season ourselves had 3 touches in the opposing half.
And here come Arsenal. Caldense, great ball into forward. Yamashita quick off her line. That is the one bonus of having Yamashita playing as the centre half.
Because that was not off her line, that was quick off the penalty spot.
Yeah, yeah. Very true.
But if she wasn't, forwards 1-on-1.
Ball over the top. Caldense! Almost magnificent for Mariona. Just lifted over the top of the defence. Caldense made the run beyond. Arsenal are playing some brilliant football. It was Emily Fox's diagonal ball over the lines. Managed to pick out Mariona Caldense. And she almost lifted it over.
I tell you what, I'd have bet a good amount of money that Caldense would have found the back of the net with that. I think just ran onto it. Didn't promise it had pace on it. She just needed to guide it towards goal. She didn't need to put anything behind it. But not a bad effort at all. Good football once again from Arsenal. Yeah. And Emily Fox, she had a superb debut campaign last season, and it looks like she's just going to build on that this campaign.
Miedema to Alexandri. Wants to take that forwards, but can't.
Hounded by Caldente.
Now Uahavi. Lauren Hemp. Back to Greenwood. Now pass forward from Alexandra, doesn't quite come off. Little tries to play it backwards and almost caught out there. Cooney cross. But it's Zinsberger now. And Arsenal can settle in possession again. Yeah, they look good. They look really good, Arsenal, at the moment. By the way, 544 votes in the polling chat. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in today. It's been fantastic to see so many people watching along. 74% voting for Arsenal, 21% City, and 6% a draw. So at the moment, the majority will be correct. That's smashed away by Katie McCabe. Or it's a lot of people that have seen this first 35 minutes and realised, you know what, Arsenal look really good this season.
That's fair. That is fair.
And I think that's risen by about 15% since I remember looking just before the game kicked off. So a lot of belief now in Arsenal after watching this start. Hasegawa looking for a forward pass. Across to Alexandri.
Next goal's absolutely massive, because if City level up, then you'd expect them to take that momentum and put Arsenal under pressure. If Arsenal get a second, then City will be very much up against it and the Guns will have full control. So whoever finds back of the net next is going to be very crucial.
Indeed. Arsenal throwing now at left back. That'll be Katie McCabe's. And she's looking for options. Not really anyone open here for Arsenal.
No.
There's a ball down the line. Headed forwards. Arsenal get it down and now they'll look to play out. Fox. Carrying that ball forwards now. Options to the left and right. She's going to drive through the centre of the team. Crucial challenge from Miedema there on Emily Fox. And City get out of trouble. But it's kept alive by Ruben Moy. Headed out of play though. Manchester City throw. The intensity's been there for Arsenal. The intensity's been there. The desire. It's why they lead at the moment. They're first to every ball. They're winning their duels. And tactically they're set up really well.
Yeah, they've got it right. They've got it spot on in every department so far. And I mean, we've only got 10 minutes till half time. Very interesting to see what Manchester City can respond with. At the moment, they're stuck in their own corner. Greenwood's forced to go long. Which works when Khadija Shaw's up front.
Indeed, Shaw holds it up well. Gives it to Park. City could counter here. They've got options left and right for Jess Park here. Park to Fagino. Hold on to it a bit too long there, and the ball inside's blocked by Cadena. I don't know why McKay's trying to play out of her penalty area, but she's got it to Caldente.
I think Fagino needs to realise there that why was she putting the ball in the box? Arsenal got so many players back, she just needs to try and use it, keep hold of it.
Yeah.
Crossing a ball in, even if it had got through, there was no one in there to put it home because Shaw had been taken out on the halfway line. But yeah, a wasted opportunity for City.
Shaw's got to get up there for me. Like, I get she's been fouled, but the reaction's got to be stronger. She needs to be picking herself back up and sprinting into the penalty area there.
And yeah, she's just making her way out there now. And Harvey, this is down for City.
And it's a bit too close to half time to consider this to be some sort of tactical sub.
Yeah.
Unless City are going to go for it a bit at the end of this half. I mean, 7 minutes. They could try and throw the kitchen sink at the game.
I mean, this is what happens when you've got Caitlin Ford running at you all game. It causes discomfort.
And Marlon Stules, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Stules? Hope that's correct. Do let us know if it's not. They're saying, I see City losing this game 5-0. That is a bold shout.
I don't see that happening.
I don't think Arsenal are going to get to 5, but at this rate, I think they're going to win this game. And I wouldn't have expected that. I mean, you predicted it, but...
I did predict it.
I said it'd be 2-2, and I was leaning towards a City win, if anything.
Arsenal just, on paper, Arsenal just look better set up. They look more confident, and I think that has shown in the game. They have just looked stronger. They've looked, more like a unit.
Lucky says, "Hey lads, City are cooked for this game." I'm not sure yet. We've seen 40 minutes and Arsenal have looked really, really good, but I wouldn't count out Manchester City just yet.
Yeah.
We've still got half time where Taylor can make significant tactical changes and try and impact this game. That looks like Uwahabi's going off. At the very least, she'll have to go to the sideline. Yeah, but that is a substitution, and on comes number 14.
Lana Kennedy.
That is, Lana Kennedy. So Alexandri will go now to... No, Green would go to left back, I assume.
Yeah,
Kennedy into the back line. That's a sub they wouldn't have been forced into, because that's one less stoppage, that's one less change they're able to make now. And to be fair, Layla Uwahabi, one of the only players I think who hasn't been too bad.
She hasn't.
I mean, forward has given her a tough time, don't get me wrong. But, they have only scored once for a reason, Arsenal, and they have had plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
Chelsea fan said I said Arsenal would win 2-1. Fair enough, Chelsea fan. That's Harry's prediction as well.
Yeah.
McCabe here in the corner. And she just smashed it in the Calvin say there, but they will be able to come forwards. Really good from Blackstones to hold that up. Frida Marnham now finds Emily Fox. Options ahead of her. That's a poor pass into forward, picked off early on here by... So Alexandra's gone to left back then, rather than Greenwood and Kennedy.
Be interesting to see this new battle then between Ford and Alexandri.
I mean, she's won that first there, but equally that pass from Fox has to be better.
Definitely. 5 to go then for City. I mean, they'd like a goal before the break to equalise, but realistically, I think they'd just want to get it to half time only 1-0 down. Don't let Arsenal get another.
Greenwood. Looking for a forward pass. Here's Alexandri.
I mean, Alexandri, left back, is far from ideal.
A ball through from Miedemar, and that gives Hemp something to chase. Holds it up well, Lauren Hemp. Miedemar, Alexandri. Miedemar needs to turn. Tries to force that ball through to Alexandri. Alexandri fights for it. Miedemar squeezes it through. Takes aim. A deflection. It's in. What an unfortunate moment for Arsenal, but that has gifted City a route back into this game. They just kept fighting, kept pushing through, and against her former side, Miedemar takes aim and it's deflected home. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. What a bizarre goal to restore parity in this match.
I mean, it was really scrappy. Arsenal just couldn't get it gone. City just kept using brute force to get through. It is a horrible, horrible deflection off Leia Cadena.
Yeah.
But who else but Vivian Miedemar against her former side? Yeah, I mean, it's not a great strike. That is such a frustrating goal for Arsenal to concede. City, though, they won't care. They're back level in this game. They are back level in this game.
Wow.
And that is a huge goal. That is an absolutely massive goal and one that was not expected.
Yes, Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. Game on in this one. And well, this gives City something to believe.
And Zinsberg is under pressure.
McCabe.
Wow.
That has given us a free kick.
Wow. That's huge. Arsenal just need to make it to half-time one that.
Yeah, I can't quite believe it.
No.
I can't quite believe that.
It was just so scrappy. It wasn't a well-worked goal at all, to be honest.
And Arsenal will be so frustrated because they've had a lid on Man City for most of this half. And there were so many opportunities that could have been cut out there. Yeah. Even down to Ruben Moy at the end. Yeah, and Cadena. I mean, yeah. City will be delighted. I mean, that's that, and then they pick it off there. And they should have made something off that. Here come Arsenal. Mariona Caldente intercepted by Hasegawa. City now can come forwards. Park, Hasegawa, Miedemar back to Greenwood. Greenwood has an option out wide. Will carry it forwards. Miedemar, Greenwood, lovely football from City, retaining possession well. Now though, they look short of attacking options once again.
Yeah. I mean, City will be very disappointed how they've played, but they'll be very, very happy with the fact they're level in this game.
Yeah.
And that's a big goal. Arsenal have just got to... I don't know. I'll tell you, it's caught me out. That goal has caught me out. I didn't see that coming at all. And I think that goal caught a lot of other people out as well. Very unexpected. But yeah, City now, I mean, they're playing like they want to. They're going to find another, and here's Hemp. And this would be a massive blow to Arsenal if they did concede again.
It will be because City will only get better.
Yeah.
In the second half, it's a massive blow, regardless of whether City get another one. Though it could be corrected here. Blackstenius is in. What a save! One touch too many, perhaps, in there. Great stop. Great stop from Yamashita. Kept in there by Arsenal. Caldente. Now McCabe. Got to be delivered, surely. Try some sort of flick in there. Firmino wins it back. It's another one. It's another big opportunity missed.
Wow, that is a huge chance. Blackstenius has got to do better. It's a great ball from Marnham. And wow, Blackstenius has to score that 1-on-1. Just puts it too close to the keeper. Got to beat her from that kind of range. In that opportunity. Yeah,
and there will be 3 minutes then of additional time as we tick over the 45. Greenwood smashes that out of play. Throw in now for Arsenal.
Yeah, Ford just want to win it back. Marnham, this is a brilliant ball. What a run from Blackstenius. Got to do better. Got to do better. She's frustrated because she knows that is a very, very good chance to score.
Yeah, indeed.
Also another ball.
Pass forward from Cadena. Chance now for Fox if she can keep this in play. And she does. Fox trying to drive inside and can't quite find Kim Little.
Yeah, Little left it, expecting someone to be running behind her, but there was no one there. But Arsenal have got it back. 2 minutes to go. Ball's cut out, but it will fall back to Arsenal. And this is Caldente again, looking to cause problems. Gets the ball in.
Can't quite reach it.
Yeah, Arsenal just they would have really hoped to get their lead back. They'd have hoped to hold on to the lead in the first place.
Yeah, they'll be really disappointed with the manner in which they concede and the fact that they did concede. They'll be very disappointed because they were in control and they really should have seen this game out to the half at the very least. I think this has gifted City an opportunity a way back into the match. Now we know that City can change things up at half time, and it'll be interesting to see if they do that because they've not looked great, if I'm honest.
No.
But yeah, it's a really disappointing way for Arsenal to throw away the control of this match.
Yeah.
Here's Kennedy. Finds Park. Back to Kennedy. Now Yamashita. And Miedemar, the top goal scorer on match day 1, and in esteemed company there with Beth Mead, Jill Rord, and Rachel Williams. None of them are going to score. Well, Mead might, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Obviously, Rord out injured. And we didn't see Rachel Williams score yesterday. Here's Kennedy.
Looks like we're going into the break at 1-1.
Yeah.
Unless City do something incredible here.
But again, 15 seconds. They might go forwards. Greenwood. Kasparov trying to put that ball into the box. We'll now get back to Jess Park. Surely just swing it in there and see what happens. Kasparov. Hasegawa. And that will be the end of the half. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. The Emirates will feel frustrated by this first 45 minutes that Arsenal were dominant for most of. But ultimately, they conceded a weird fluke deflection goal. And that sees parity restored at the break and frustration, therefore, for the Gunners. But overall, an interesting match, Harry.
Yeah, very much so. I think very surprised to be level at the break. But overall, it's hard to say who deserves it. I think Arsenal were much more dangerous. Arsenal looked stronger in attacking areas. City looked very blunt, but they held a lot of the ball. They did control the game in terms of the tempo and the possession. So they are level. I think Arsenal will be very, very frustrated that they aren't winning this game. City will count themselves lucky that they're back in the game. And now with 45 minutes to go, it's still all to play for.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Manchester City. You can play so well, you can set up perfectly, but the quality they have in attacking areas sometimes will be enough to suffice, even if they're not playing well tactically.
Yeah.
And so, Arsenal set up really well, but ultimately it matters very little right now. And because we're in a position where City are level, they've got 15 minutes now of the break to analyse what went wrong in that first 45, for Taylor to make tactical changes, for that message to be re-delivered by the coaching staff and them to change what they're doing. So it'll be very interesting to see now what happens, because this game can change now.
Exactly, and I think that's the big thing to remember is that City goal didn't come through any tactics or anything or how anything was set up. That simply came because City just, I mean, it was very scrappy. The ball was bouncing around everywhere. Both players were just trying to get something on it, and it just fell to Miedemar, who then had a heavily deflected effort go past Zinsberger. So there was no real, as you say, Arsenal nailed the setup. The goal didn't come because of a flaw in their tactics. It just became, it came down to luck at the end of the day.
It's a bit of a weird one. There's 3 players in there that really should have won a duel, and Miedemar just kept forcing her way through somehow, and then a huge deflection off of Lercadena, which Zinsberger couldn't account for. It's a frustrating way to concede, but that's football sometimes. It can be very frustrating. Lucky saying you were right not to underestimate City. They've managed to pull back before the break. And that's why, because City can do things like that. That's why I didn't want to underestimate them. As well as Arsenal played in that first half, there was always a sense that City could just do something like that. City could just pick out maybe Khadija Shaw in a good area, and suddenly something changes a lot. So I think that is that's why you can never count teams like Manchester City out of a game, especially at 1-0. Johnny's saying, when's the next game of Chelsea? Chelsea play on Friday night in a game against Crystal Palace. That is also on Sky, and we will also be live for it, so do join us there. That is a 7:30 kick-off, I think, a little bit later than the Chelsea game that we streamed last Friday, or 2 nights ago. So do join us for that one. Should be very exciting, as that's match week 2 of the WSL. We've still got this game, the second half of this one, and obviously 2 o'clock kickoffs as well to look forward to. Justin says Blackstenius will get her goal. She deserves one. Her movement and timing's been really good in that first half. She should have scored and put this game to bed, really, at 2-0. Yeah. But, there's been opportunities. She's just not taken them. There's been opportunities for Arsenal they've not taken. How crucial will that Alexandri interception for the Manham chance on about 30 minutes prove? Well, it could be very, because I think that was almost a certain goal, had that found its way through to Frida Manham. So, It's been a really interesting first half, and I think Arsenal will feel frustrated with themselves that they're not leading going into the break.
Yeah, exactly, and that is something that Eidval will know better than anyone. That as we said when Arsenal scored, it was the reverse way round last season. City took the lead against Arsenal. Arsenal pulled it back. Arsenal took the lead today. City have done half the job. They've levelled up, and now they've got a whole second half ready to go and find a winner. And Arsenal could go from a position where they looked pretty comfortable and were happy leading, where at the end of the game they go home with no points.
Yeah.
And that would be tough, because then immediately they'll be frustrated last season that they didn't really challenge for the title towards the end. If they lose today, they're suddenly 3 points behind City and Chelsea again. And to be honest, I don't think Arsenal deserve to lose this game so far. But Man City are Man City, and they will win games even when they're up against it. That's why they went so deep. That's why they took Chelsea to goal difference, because they won games where it looked like they were going to lose. They got points from nothing, and Arsenal got to be careful that doesn't happen today.
Well, it does help when your striker is more likely to score than not in a game.
That is true.
Because she's got 21 goals last season, but which is, even if she played every match, would be a ridiculous tally. But to have not even played every game and still rack up a contribution like that, absurd numbers. But we'll be interested to see what happens for the rest of the season. Gary talking about Blackstenius' name, saying it sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Stina Blackstenius, sounds like could be a character in Harry Potter. This was that early chance then for Vivian Miedemar, and we have seen Arsenal in possession look a little bit sloppy at times. I still think that they haven't got anyone who can play the pullover role in there. I think with Kira Walsh, that would have worked. And you can see why they wanted to spend £1.2 million on her, which is an awful lot of money to pay for someone who has 1 year left on their contract. This was that Arsenal goal then. Really well worked down this right-hand side between Fox and Ford. Cut back. Blackstone really should have done better with that initial
Yeah.
opportunity, but she set it up really nicely. She took the pace off the ball,
Yeah.
and that stopped it in the perfect position for Frida Mandem just to smash it home.
Yeah.
Manchester City's stricken goalkeeper in defence.
Yeah, and what I find even more interesting is that the Arsenal goal came from their goal kick that they got when Miedemar's chance went wide.
Yeah.
And that that's the best demonstration of how things can change in football in an instant. 1 minute you've pounced on a chance and you've had a shot that's just gone just wide, and then a minute later you're 1-0 down, and that was tough for City to take. They'll feel like they should have led, and that was a frustrating goal to concede. It was then a very even half. Both sides, did all right. Arsenal looked probably stronger, and then Miedemar, looking back at her goal,
such a huge deflection.
Yeah, incredible. Zinsberg didn't stand a chance with the deflection. Kadina doesn't do much wrong. She just goes to block the shot.
The positioning's a little bit odd. Because, with Moy, it's just unlucky not to stop that. Kadina here, it just comes off of the side of her head there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if she doesn't touch it, I think Zinsberger would have saved it.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And that's that frustrating thing. But as a defender, you're not going to allow a shot on goal like that. Which is understandable. Marlon asking about Chelsea, and as Yola, I'm guessing is how you pronounce that name, Joel? Let us know, Joel Zazo, saying Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Yes, Chelsea have a bit of a tough run. Yeah. Crystal Palace up next, they should win. Manchester United then at home at Kings Meadow. Arsenal at the Emirates. So a really exciting run of games. That will be a really good game. Game week 4. Yeah. Chelsea Arsenal, of course. That always is a good game. Lucky's saying, I think Kelly should come in full for Gino. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I'd probably say Fowler over Kelly, though, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think Chloe Kelly was a little bit off it last season. I'm not sure who would have more of an impact in this game, but I can see Kelly having an impact, so it's not like I'd be against that, but I do think Firmino struggled in that first 45. And Marlon thinks we're going to lose to Manchester United. I don't. I don't. United played well against West Ham, don't get me wrong, but I'm reserving judgment. Similar to how I am with Brighton, I think that they both played really easy opponents. I don't think West Ham and Everton are very strong teams.
No.
So I'm reserving judgment. Manchester United play. Who have they got next weekend? Is it Tottenham?
No. Tottenham have got Brighton. I think no, they haven't. Tottenham have got Everton. I can't remember now.
Manchester United play Everton.
Man United have got Everton. That's it.
They should win that comfortably, and then they play Chelsea. So we won't get a real gauge on how good United are. Well, they do play Liverpool in the Women's League Cup on the 2nd of October. So we'll see.
Yeah, that it will be. I'm intrigued to see what United have got. Also, I'm talking about Chelsea. What's the best result for Chelsea today? Is it a draw? Is it a draw? Or I guess because that means both sides draw.
Well, exactly, and we have no idea whether City or Arsenal is going to be stronger. If we know, so a draw's always going to be better because then they both drop points. If we know that City are going to be terrible this season, then we need them to win today because Arsenal drop points. But ultimately, as it stands, a draw's the best result.
Yeah, and obviously we spoke about how important it would be, how important dropping points would be today, and how it could be so crucial. And people will go, well, it's only the first game of the season; they'll make it back up. But if Arsenal and City drop points today, they then have to make it up. They have to beat Chelsea, and that is something you cannot guarantee. You can't guarantee you're going to do that, which is why this is such a crucial game.
Yeah,
and the winner of it will be in a brilliant position. Obviously, if they both draw, then that's a terrible result. It's not a terrible result, but it's a far from ideal result for both teams. So, a second goal. The next goal in this game could be absolutely crucial in terms of not only who wins this game, but later down the line this season.
Yeah, indeed. Lucky saying Chelsea have always had it hard at the Emirates. Hope we can at least do better this season. Yeah, I think we have always struggled. Last season was abysmal at the Emirates. Yeah. Hopefully it's better. We've got tickets for it, so maybe we'll be the ones spurring them on to glory. If so, we're 100% claiming that we were responsible for that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if that's different this season. I think Arsenal do set up well against big sides, and so Chelsea could be hurt by that, but equally, under new management now, we don't really know how that matchup's going to look. Maybe Chelsea will win.
Yeah, that will be a good game. That will be a really, really good game of football, especially if Arsenal, if they get it right like they do against big sides, then they could be on the money once again. But today, they've played well, but they need to get the result. It's crucial that they get 3 points today.
Yeah, definitely. Because they play Chelsea in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really tough match for them. But if they were to win today and then, beat or draw with Chelsea, really good start to the season.
Yeah.
For Arsenal. They've got Leicester up next, which we haven't seen Leicester yet, but I'm excited to see Leicester play football because everything on paper suggests they're going to be good this season.
Yeah. And I think that the other thing as well for Arsenal and City, I think if Arsenal win, then City will go fair enough that we weren't great. But if City win, for Arsenal, it will be how on earth did we not win that game? And it will just be so frustrating for them. So it's going to be very, very intriguing to see what happens. Next 45 is absolutely massive. I'll be intrigued. I don't think we'll see any change. Definitely don't think we'll see a City change because they've already made one.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they did, just because they are forced now into only 2 stoppages.
That is
true. So realistically, they might want to make a change now, just so they are forced to make 2 double changes later. And there is a lot to change from that first half, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Fabinho off.
Yeah,
for
maybe
one of the wide players, or a change in midfield. Not exactly sure what they do. Maybe bring Laura Coombs in, go a bit more defensive, and then 3. You can then use your 3-2 rest defence type shape, which would leave them a little bit more secure in possession. So potentially we'll see something like that. Kieran saying, Marion, you are so negative. Yeah, Marlon, we will not beat Arsenal at the Emirates. It's a tough game. You never know. I try to be optimistic, but even when last season, just before the Arsenal City game last season, where Chelsea were very unlikely to win the title at that point, it looked like it would be going the way of Man City. Still got to believe.
Yeah,
and ultimately,
and look what Arsenal pulled off there.
Chelsea,
that was incredible.
Yeah, Arsenal won it for Chelsea, and then Chelsea did the rest.
There's more to come in this game today, because this game over the last few years has delivered incredibly. As we said, we saw Arsenal score 2 goals in the last few minutes to turn a 1-0 loss into a 2-1 win. What's today got in store? Well, it's already level. It's 1-1. It could go either way. What is going to happen in the last 45 minutes? I mean, it won't be exciting. It won't have quite the same twist or turn that it did have for the title race last year. But I mean, it's very, very interesting. When do these two sides play each other again?
I think it would presumably be January sort of time.
Yeah. I mean, that's
February.
Yeah.
Arsenal got a horrible run because when they come back from the winter break, they play Crystal Palace, right? But then Chelsea away, City away, Tottenham at the Emirates.
That's difficult.
That's a big run.
That is really, really difficult.
That's a big run, and presumably there will be Champions League games sandwiched in between them.
Yeah.
So if Arsenal get there, of course,
that is true.
They've got to beat Haircut on Thursday, but yeah, will be interesting. That's a really tough run for them. After this, though, Leicester, Everton, nice fixtures. Then Chelsea, West Ham, Manchester United. So they have got some tough games, separated with some nicer games in there. Sort of how you want your season to be, rather than these runs of difficult matches.
But no, a lot. I think this season is going to be. I'm intrigued how the season goes because I don't know if it can top last year because last year was so close. But yes, last year went down a goal difference. But if there's 3 teams in it in the does that make it more exciting? I'll be intrigued to see.
Potentially, if they're all taking points off each other. But then they did last season. But Arsenal then went and bottled it against other teams.
That is true. So
I do think there are more teams now though in the WSL that can take points off the top sides.
Yes.
I think United this season, because they look better, could almost force a 4-horse race narrative in the first few weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they might get something against Chelsea. I don't think they will, but they might. And so I think they could try and force that narrative because I think they have beaten West Ham. They will beat Everton. So in that regard, they'll already be either 3 or more points ahead of Arsenal or City. Oh, sorry, they could be 3 points ahead of one of them or 2 points ahead of both. If depending on how this game goes.
Yeah.
And obviously they both have a game next week. So United could sort of force this discourse that they're in the title race for a bit.
Yeah.
I think that Liverpool are a good side and they've got some decent fixtures to start the season.
Yeah.
Obviously they're playing Leicester today, which I think a lot of people would say Liverpool win comfortably, but I think it's closer than people think.
Yeah.
Anyway, second half starting now with Manchester City to get us back underway in this one then. Referee blows a whistle, signals we can start. Miedemar knocks it back and we're underway in this match. Arsenal 1, City 1 with 45 minutes to play. Arsenal, the better side. Objectively the better side in that first 45. City stung them at the death. Now, can Arsenal get back in front, or will City take momentum from half-time into the second half? Stephen Blackstone here holds the ball up well, but it's flagged offside. Just made the run too early there.
Yeah, it just went too early, but Arsenal starting positive, starting strong, wanting to set off on the right foot and put City under a bit of pressure early doors.
Indeed. Yamashita now, and back from his half-time break is Gareth Taylor. I wonder if he just went down and got a burger or something.
Maybe.
With all the fans.
He's in the concourse with the Arsenal fans.
I like how he has to sit there with one security man.
Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah.
Kennedy into Park. Kasperite, very overhit pass, cut out by Arsenal.
Blackstenius into Frida Marnham now. Moves it wide. Mariona Caldente. Back to Marnham. Puts it into the box. It's touched in by Ford. Is she onside? No, she isn't. Just made that run too early there. Caitlin Ford lurking in an offside position. Poked it home, but it won't stand. Arsenal showing that attacking intent though early in the second half.
No, she's on.
She was on.
She was on.
Oh, is that sleeve just ahead of that back foot?
No, I think she's on.
I think that's a harsh one. I think that's a really, really harsh one.
It's tight, but I don't think it's the right decision. That's a huge
When
moment.
it's so marginal like that, it's really tough to call.
Yeah.
Arsenal didn't have too many complaints about it. I think Ford realised she was playing a dangerous game by being right on the shoulder there. But, yeah, that's a tight one.
Be intrigued to see what you lot think. That looked tight.
No, it depends where your bias lies, doesn't it? I think, though.
Yeah.
It's splitting hairs, really, to decide whether that's on or off.
I need a straight around.
And that's why I think the new proposed offside rule works better.
Yeah.
Where you'd have to be entirely ahead of the other player, because then you are so far ahead. There's no, wriggle room there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really tough call. I can see why the lino's given it though. Cadena. Now Caldente.
It's one of those where I initially thought offside. When the ball came to her, it looked offside.
Well, you think, how does she get into that position?
Yeah.
Without being offside.
But when you actually watch the replay back, it was a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah. Ford exchanges with Fox, and she's breaking down the right hand side here. Emily Fox, overload for Arsenal, puts in the box. That's the wrong decision.
Yeah.
As Fox burst into the box, she should have cut it back to Marnham, really. Look at the space on the edge of the area. But we see here Fox breaks away at speed. Arsenal, it's a 4v2. Marnham's in acres. Marnham to Caldente, goal.
City have not got going. City have just not got going in this game.
No,
in the second half, sorry.
Enough.
No. There's a conversation here between Marnham and McCabe about this corner. McCabe's put two hands in the air. What does this mean? It's the routine. They've both got their arms in the air. Everyone put their arms in the air. I don't know.
Maybe they're trying to get a Mexican wave going. McCabe puts it into the box. Caldente hasn't worked out yet, but it might now. Ball into the box. It's bouncing around, and there's just so many City bodies in there. They couldn't force it over the line. Arsenal. Hemp looking to break away now.
Arsenal will quit. That's a
Huge
great tackle.
challenge from Cadena, and they keep the ball high. Blackstenius to Marnham. Marnham out of options, goes backwards.
Arsenal will wonder how they've not scored a second goal in this game. They've started this second half so well, but they haven't punished City for it. And they did have the ball in the back of the net. Didn't count. And they're still putting the pressure onto the away side.
Here is Katie McCabe. McCabe needs a pass inside. Cooney cross. Goes across to Fox. Now Ruben Moy. Nice flick from Ford to Cooney cross. Arsenal coming forwards here. McCabe holds the width. Now ball inside. Blackstenius touches it to Ford. He's going to take it round the defender. Has McCabe up in support. He's going to go alone here, Ford. And she's been stopped there.
Yeah.
Just held on to it a little bit too long. It's won back by Casper Ryan, sent up the line. Arsenal have possession once again, though. Ruben Moy. Lifting it over the top of the defence now, Ruben Moy. Ford will press it. Kennedy goes back to Yamashita. Yamashita looking to play out. Now Greenwood.
Arsenal keeping City under pressure. Hoping it's going to pay off.
Yamashita. Kennedy plays it forward. I wasn't sure there was anyone there. Hemp just appeared.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why an Arsenal player didn't run and get it. Very bizarre.
Kasparai. Kennedy back to Yamashita. Now out wide to Greenwood. Greenwood has options forward. And could use them, Alex Greenwood. Finds Fagino. Now Park. Park back to Greenwood. Arsenal forcing City back again. Judy Garland says, fantastic game compared to the under-11 game I saw this morning. Nice. Yeah, I didn't get to see, obviously because we were live so early this morning, didn't get to go and watch any grassroots football. Would have gone and seen our cousin play, but yeah. That is good to hear, Julie. Khadija Shaw. Hasegawa picked off there by Arsenal. Now they'll look to break. Cooney cross. Tries to play it forward. Huge challenge there from Khadija Shaw. City have possession once again. Kasparai up the line. Hasegawa. And that's how to play from Kadina. Good defending.
Yeah, again, Arsenal have had a lot of chances and have caused City a lot of problems in the first 7 minutes of this half, but they're just not taking advantage of it. They're not using it. They should. The chance they've had, the pressure they put them under, they probably should be 2-1 up. But again, City just will ride out of it. Although, Hasegawa, that is lucky because Calorente nearly robbed the ball off her.
And Man City now looking to bring it forwards. Just looking at the lesser lineups, and Mouchon does start in Mikel's first game in charge.
That's good. Shaw, good defending for Kadina.
Ruby Mace, the deepest midfielder. Big calls.
Wow.
Big opportunity for her to shine. City almost win it back there, but it's deemed to have left the field. That will be a throw-in. But yeah, teams pretty much as you'd expect for Liverpool. Leicester. As for Tottenham, Thomas preferred to England. Raso in there to make her debut, as is Jessica Naz. No Vimberg.
Oh, that's not fun. Nilden?
Nilden does start, yeah.
Okay.
Palace looks 4-3-3 to me.
That's good.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, no.
No idea what's happening there. Anyway, we'll work that out later.
Yeah, fantasy does have to be a bit hit and miss for me. My team has not done too badly, not been brilliant, but I'm pretty happy with how it's gone so far.
It looks like a 5-back, I think, for Palace.
That makes sense.
They are going very defensive then. They've got a tough game against Tottenham. Be interesting to see.
Have you got any Arsenal City players playing in your dose?
I've got Fox.
You've got Fox.
Because she was on my bench, but I have so many defenders who haven't played that she will start. She's my third sub as well, but she will get subbed in.
Yeah.
I've got Hobinger playing later, I've got Bonner, and I've got Raso and Spencer. So a lot to look out for in the 2 o'clock kickoffs.
Yeah, you can still join our league. You'll only be a week behind. Definitely catch that up.
No, you'll catch up my points tally from this week. Has been awful. Bar can't read. I've got nothing at the moment. Bergman 6, to be fair. Quite good for 4 million defender. Picking up 6 points. Quite happy with that. Should have gone Poppy Pattinson, but that would have been more expensive.
That's good from...
Here come Arsenal. Marnham knocks it wide. Caldente. To Marnham. Back to Caldente. Into Marnham again. Good football from Arsenal. Caldente. Ball into the box, and it's just over Blackstenius and claimed well by Yamashita.
That's not a bad ball. Calorente and Marnham playing their own little game on the left-hand side here. Just passing in between each other. But, yeah, a decent move again from Arsenal. But again, they're not finding that end result in a goal, and City live to fight another day. Under pressure again is Casper Ryan. Caranto nearly punishes her for it.
Kennedy wins it. Arsenal have won it
tackle.
high. Cooney cross plays Blackstenius in. Blackstenius into Little. Not really the space for the shot. Cooney cross now. Goes wide into Ford. Ford, can she make something happen on this right-hand side? Has 2 players on her. Will be forced back to Emily Fox. Vuvamoy. Kadina. Cooney cross. Just lifting that ball out wide. Here is Ford. Wants to come inside. Forced back to Vuvamoy. Little. Now Kadina. Marnham plays that through. Caldense will get their ball across the box, and it's just ahead of Blackstenius.
Flags up anyway. But Arsenal once again, they're playing really well. They've started the second half really, really well.
I mean, yeah, they've been lively. They've been brilliant. City just not at the races today. Yi Chen Wei says, my fantasy episode has been doomed with LJ, Leah Williamson and Chloe Kelly not starting. Yeah, I captained LJ.
Yeah, she's onside.
I think Ford was onside.
Ford was
so
onside.
harsh on that. It's just that trailing leg of Alexandria that would have ruled her on, but yeah. So Arsenal will be frustrated by that one. I can't wait to hear Idavale's press conference.
Yes.
I will eagerly await that. But yeah, I've been very disappointed. I captained LJ. If she hadn't come on, my captaincy would have gone to my vice captain, Joanna Reed-Carnareed.
I captained her.
I had, up until the deadline, I had Seike and Neve Charles. And I took out Kiko Seike. So I took out Charles for Bernabé because Charles was obviously injured. And I thought, oh, you know what, I've got loads of money. I'll just upgrade Seike to Paris. Paris didn't play, Seike got a hat-trick.
Shame.
Yeah, no, real huge shame. But,
what were my problems? Yeah. Well, I had Charles... No, I forgot to take Charles out.
Yeah.
Now Vinberg isn't playing. And someone else didn't play.
Yeah.
Sandberg.
I had Sandberg and Bernabé. I thought Bernabé would start. I forgot Lawrence could play left back. I had Turland blank. That was really disappointing. I've still got some big players to play. Herbinger playing against Leicester could do something for me. I've got Raso against Palace.
Yeah.
So that could be big. But yeah, ball into the box now, headed away. You do get 2 free transfers though, so I've got a bit of manoeuvrability there. Oh, wow! What an effort from Chess Park! And the game seemed to be slowing to nothing. And it just falls for Park, who has volleyed it into the top corner. What looked like a routine clearance for Arsenal drops for Park. And that was simply magnificent.
I thought it'd gone over.
Hemp puts it in the box. It's headed away. Only as far as Park gets under her control. She has no right to find the top corner with that one. What a magnificent effort from Jess Park. No hope for Zinsberger. I stood still watching as Park arrows one into the top corner. It hits off the bar, bounces down. Magnificent.
The way everyone reacted. Kadina just puts her hand out like this to Zinsberger to say leave it. Everyone thinks it's going wide and over. But it's arrowed. That's goal of the season already. What a strike. We were caught out by it. It just didn't look like it was going in. No one thought it was going in.
It looked like one of those where Arsenal headed it away. Park just connects with it badly on the edge and goes over the bar.
Wow.
What an effort. That is ridiculously good.
Goal of the season.
I mean, City, it's smash and grab. They've not played well today, but they've taken their goals wonderfully.
Yeah.
And that one especially. Obviously, the Media Mile one was a bit of a deflection. But yeah, as Alex Sinclair said, what a goal out of nothing. Jess Park take a bow.
The touch is brilliant. And on the volley, under pressure from Marnham, she couldn't hit it. It's incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
Ridiculous. Wow.
And Arsenal, who have not taken their chances, they had a goal harshly ruled out, are now trailing in this game.
I mean, a bit of a stoppage. I think Arsenal forced into a change. I didn't see it that was injured.
Emily
we'll
Fox.
Find out.
So I'm hoping she's going to just wait 8 seconds and
get to 60 minutes.
Well, Gareth Taylor's now back down the touchline.
He's Shaw. Khadija Shaw breaking away. Chance for City. Arsenal scramble it out of play. They are down a player. They've not made a sub yet for Fox.
Why is Gav Taylor back?
I don't know how he's allowed down here. I don't know why he was up in the stands and then he's back
I
down
think he
here.
just chose to sit in the stands.
I don't know. What a better view.
He's waiting till they're winning.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But wow, that was incredible.
Yeah.
John Hogan says, "Great goal, man. I'm not dropping to cover the edge of the box."
Wow.
I felt it's a little harsh. She'd almost get back in there, but yeah, here come the Arsenal cavalry.
Alderweireld's had enough now.
That is Beth Mead and Alessia Russo about to come on for Arsenal.
Hell of a bench.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
well, that's the other thing with Arsenal's options this season. Obviously, with having Caldente now, it means they can't start everyone every week. They've got Russo and Mead on the bench today. They've got Cavaggio on the bench today. Even Katharina Kuhl, I think, is a really nice option off the bench. So they've got great substitutions.
I think after an hour played, you just have to ask the question: how are Arsenal losing this
I have
game?
no idea.
It's just beyond me.
They've been the better team here.
Here they come again.
Frida Arnhem into Blackstenius. Blackstenius can't find her way through though,
Turns into trouble.
and City could look to break. City even better second half.
And now McKay's making silly fouls, but
Miedemar
let's hold on
plays
to
it forwards.
What
Hemp's
a
in
ball.
behind. Fox gets back in. Hemp will run at her now. Brilliant from Lauren Hemp. Ball into the box. It almost found Khadija Shaw. Tees up for Miedemar, who could strike it. Does strike it. Saved by Zinsberger. Hasegawa wide into Fagino. Can she deliver the ball? She does. Headed out of play
Wow.
by Katie McKay. But Arsenal are open now. City have got confidence. Arsenal, I don't know what's happened in the last few minutes. This should have been a goal for Miedemar. Strikes it straight at Zinsberger.
That Jess Park wonder strike has completely flipped the game on its head. Arsenal look all over the place and City are absolutely flying.
Indeed. Hasegawa.
Goals change games. Goals do change games.
Kate Mello saying who scored the second goal to Man City. It was
Jess Park.
Jess Park, yeah.
Absolute screamer. Couldn't have. We got goal of the season. Goal of the season already. I know it's only match week one.
Double change. Blackstenius the first to be hooked. Caitlin Ford the other.
Yeah, as expected. I don't think Ford and Blackstenius have done too much wrong today. Blackstenius probably should have scored, but Mead and Russo need to bring the impact now. Need to show their quality. If there's one player that can get Arsenal out of trouble, though, it is Beth Mead.
Yeah, Samson Segbe saying we're going to beat both men and women today. City all day. Bold claim. I think later it's going to be 0-0. It's going to be incredibly boring. But this has been a good
I don't
game.
know, Jess Park ran off. Apparently not.
Shaw puts it into the box. Headed away in there. Now Arsenal could look to break one back by Yui Hasegawa though.
But then one back by Caldente.
Yeah, as you say, Arsenal win it back. Here is Mariona Caldente. Wants to take on Kennedy. Is forced backwards. Now tries to come inside.
Yeah, it will be a free kick. Kenny's got all of her shirt.
They play it quickly though. McCabe. Russo down the line. Greenwood will come across quickly. Russo will continue to contest. Greenwood sees it out wonderfully.
Good defender from Greenwood. And with 25 minutes to go, I mean, what looked like it was going to be a nice Arsenal victory has suddenly turned into what could be a very disappointing loss.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of frustration around this one because Arsenal, for large parts of this match, have been the stronger team.
Yeah.
They've just not taken their chances, not killed this game off.
No, not at all. And you get punished if you don't take. Arsenal punished City in the early on when City didn't take their chance, and then Arsenal went and scored. And as the game's gone on, Arsenal have missed a flurry of chances, and City have taken theirs.
City had a fluke deflection and a wonder goal. But that wins football games. 25 to play. This not count Arsenal out, but yeah, they've got to pick themselves up. They look dejected out there at the moment.
I think Jess Park is a player that is constantly slept on. You know, people don't talk about Jess Park enough. She is a phenomenal player, and she's proven that because she changes games like this. You know, City were struggling. She picks the ball up from 25 yards out and scores an absolute worldie.
I think especially in the absence of...
Wow,
Yamashita is again very fortunate. She clears it into Caldente. Caldente just can't react quick enough. She jumps to block the clearance. She successfully blocks it, but she can't react quick enough to actually do anything with it. Another one from Yamashita there. Just gets away with it.
Yeah.
City being... Arsenal pressing high. City able to play out of it. Forced back now, though, to Kennedy.
for City, they've just got to manage this game now. 25 minutes. This would be a huge win. There's a reason they were up for the Duracell title, because even when last year when they were up against it in games like this, they got the result. Equally, they lost to Arsenal twice last year.
Khadija Shaw brought down by Cooney Cross as she tried to turn and drive that ball forwards for Manchester City. So how do Arsenal get back into this then? Have they done that with the dice roll by bringing on Russo and Mead? Is that their only dice roll?
I mean,
do they look at Kafaji's team? Do they change something tactically?
I definitely think that they will make more changes. There's a yellow card to Idaval.
Because I think he asked for a card.
Yeah. Was it Idaval?
I don't know why he's asked for a card for Cooney Cross.
No, maybe it wasn't Idaval.
I don't know why they're zeroing in on Idaval.
It was
He
Idaval.
has been booked.
Well, I thought
it looked like the ref was signalling there that Idaval was asking for a card.
Right.
Is it for something here? Yes, it was. There was a shirt pull on Caldente. He then asked for a card.
That's late.
Well, I guess the fourth official waited there to communicate that to the referee. The referee wasn't going to stop the game so she could run over to Idaval, considering how quickly
he's lucky
Arsenal
as well,
took the free
he
kick.
looked like he was... I mean, hang on.
Good exchange from City or Hart. That's still in for Alexandri.
Wow.
Arsenal seemed to switch off for a second. Here's Hemp. Now Hasegawa. Park, nice passes, nice exchange of passes there. It's going to fall for Gino now. Can she put the ball back into the box? Kennedy tries to play it through. That will be seen off the end of the field though. Firgino didn't give up on it, to be fair to her, but yeah, couldn't quite keep that alive.
What's the saying? I feel like that City have what's the one about pulling the rug from underneath Arsenal's feet?
Yeah, that works.
Something like that. Oh yeah, I didn't think after half an hour I didn't see City getting back into this game.
They pulled the rug from under them.
Yes.
Ta-da.
Something like that.
You no longer stand on a rug. Here's Russo chasing out the ball. She is going to get there ahead of Kennedy, and she can use this now. Exchanges with Marnham, goes back to McCabe, and it's called offside.
That's so sloppy.
Yeah.
Got to be more switched on than that to realise that Russo's good at
Russo, for me, once she gets this, has got to take it round Kennedy.
Yeah.
Because either Kennedy pokes it out for a corner, or you get round her, or she pulls you down for penalty.
Exactly.
Either way, that's a great opportunity for Arsenal. You either break into the penalty area, you've got a penalty, or you've got a corner. I think she's got to be a bit more ambitious with that. She tries to go back and they try and turn it into a nice opportunity. For me, Arsenal keep overplaying. We saw it in the Hurricane game. They refused to shoot in good areas. They were trying to pass it into the back of the net. But yeah. Anyway, I still think my prediction is going to come true. It's the other way around now. I said that
Fair enough.
Arsenal would lead, City would level, then Arsenal would lead again, City would level.
Yeah.
I think it will now...
that's clumsy
now
from
Arsenal will
Mead.
have to level, of course. But it'll still be 2-2.
Arsenal are now making stupid decisions. They're fouling. They're making silly fouls. They're, misplacing passes, getting caught offside. Just errors are starting to creep in because they're getting frustrated. Yeah. Like that from Beth Mead. Doesn't need to take. Lauren Hemp's going nowhere. She's turned backwards. She's gone back on herself and she's still fouled her. It's really unnecessary.
And Serena Weigman in attendance. With an England squad to pick for the October internationals in a few weeks' time.
A lot to think about.
Yeah, a lot of big decisions. I think we didn't really get anything from the July internationals because there were so many injuries.
Yeah.
But
Jess Park's proven herself. What a time to score a goal like that with the England match.
And this is what I mean. We were talking about whether Ella Toon's place in the England squad is, at risk. With Lauren James playing attack midfield and Jess Park and potentially Grace Clinton now, is there justification for Toon being in there as well as all of those three?
Park scored this weekend, Clinton scored this weekend.
And how can you justify obviously Clinton can play a slightly deeper midfield role or a wide role, Lauren James can play it wide, but how can you justify Toon over any of those three?
Yeah.
For me, you can't. And that's going to be the big decision. Should be the goal, big block. Pinball saved again by Zinsberger.
And that has been the problem for Arsenal. Their penalty area has been like a pinball machine. Just no one gets it clear.
They've just got to deal with this.
It's scuffed. Why has Zinsberger used her foot to save that? Why don't she just get down and claim it?
Yeah, instead she puts it right back into the danger zone. She does then claim the second one. Yardflex Entertainment asks, are they brothers? Yes, we are brothers. So yeah, for anyone that is new and isn't aware, we are brothers, unfortunately. Miss Signo says Jess Park scored the second. She did indeed, and that's what I mean. With that England squad in mind, surely she has to be in there.
Yeah. And I think Grace Clinton looks to bringing her form from last year to the Man United team. Took a well taken goal yesterday. It's going to be very, very interesting.
We do have the kick-off for those 2 o'clock matches as well now. They've just got underway. Liverpool versus Leicester and Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. So we'll keep you.
You think they put them at half
today,
so they didn't clash? But...
Yeah, well, that's too logical, isn't it?
Here's Virginio.
Virginio coming forwards, wants to take aim, plays it into Park, who drags a shot into Ruben Moy, and that just goes back to Zinsberger. But since City scored their second, it has been all City.
Yeah.
You'd think it would go the other way. You'd think Arsenal have this renewed attacking intent to go and claim back this game. But
they've lost their fight. I can't believe... I'm still surprised that this game is 2-1 City. I really am.
Yardflex asks, are you all twins? We are not twins, no. There is a year between us. Here's Lauren Hemp on the ball now. Miedemar back towards Hemp. Nice this from Manchester City. Guys towards the edge of the box. Shaw takes it. Takes aim. Saved. Should she have let that go to Park? Is Park calling it? We can't tell. But for me, she's got to let that go.
She has. But if there's one player that earns the right to take the ball off Park there, it's Shaw. She hits a target. At least she hits a target. But yeah, Park's in a better position. I think Park should be screaming for that ball. And
because
to let Shaw
if you scream and she just chooses to ignore you, that's fine. But you can't complain about Shaw taking that on if you've not screamed for it.
Not sure I'm so corner.
Battle there, Calden save. It comes off Mariana Calden too. That'll be a nice City throw.
18 to go. Not much movement from those changes.
And that is a double change. Leia Vauti and Rosa Kafaji. Could this be the difference they need? A bit of a spark in that attacking area now.
I mean, this would be one way to announce your for Kafaji to get off on the right foot would be to score a goal now. That would be perfect.
Or the left foot or the head.
Yeah.
Leia Vauti coming on now as well. So Cunha crossed the player, making way. So that does give them a bit more balance deeper midfield, and a double change for City as well. This is Fowler and Kelly, presumably for Firmino and Shaw. That could be Firmino and Hemp. Potentially, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Mate, would you expect Shaw to come off?
That is Firmino coming off. So that one was expected, and obviously Kelly onto the right hand side. I would assume Fowler comes through the middle, right?
Yes, unless you go middle of the field.
That's Miedemar.
So she's going middle of the field.
Miedemar coming off. Spencers and Mark, love it, saying City will win the WSL.
Wow. I think it's tough because yes, they've won this game, but I don't think they should have won this game.
I don't think they played particularly well today. Equally, Arsenal is one of the toughest games they have this season. They are probably going to get the result over the line now in a game they shouldn't have won. And that's what champions do.
Exactly.
Champions win matches they shouldn't win. Because they have the players there, they have the spirit, they have the belief.
And this is Arsenal's problem. I think this is Eidevall will sit there and go, we deserve to win the game. We played really good football. I'm not too annoyed by it. But it doesn't matter. You didn't get the points, Eidevall. Champions get points whether they play well or not.
Yeah.
You can't expect to succeed when we played well, but you got nothing out of it.
This is though a marked improvement on last season because City dropped points in both matches against Arsenal last season. If they can see this out now, that will represent a huge result. But this is a chance for Arsenal. She has to score. Alessia Russo bearing in on goal. What a terrible effort. What a terrible effort from Alessia Russo.
Wow.
No excuses for that. It's a great ball in behind from Emily Fox. Bearing in on goal is Russo. And she rushes it. And it's a really poor effort from Russo.
She has to score or she has to pass because Kafaji was open on her left-hand side.
There's just no excuse.
Just got to score. just got to score, and this is the problem, is that I think this game shows more of City than it does Arsenal. It shows that City are winning games they lost last year, but Arsenal have Blackstenius went through, Russo's gone through, Carante's had opportunities. Everyone in an Arsenal shirt has chances to score, and they have not taken them today. They should at least be level. I can't believe with 15 minutes to go they're losing this game.
Arsenal in this match, 5 big chances, 4 missed.
Wow.
That is a criminal statistic. If they want to compete for the WSL title, they cannot afford to miss that. And you want an even more shocking thing, Manchester City haven't created a single big chance.
That's what
They've not created a single big chance and they've scored 2 goals. And I know they had more shots, but big chances are a better way of measuring who has had the opportunity they should score. Mead takes aim, it's blocked, will fall for Mead again, who puts in a strong challenge. City win it back though. It's Caldente in there who almost manages to find a way through. The ball is bouncing around now in City's half. Down goes Ruben Moy. Referee not hearing the complaint. City try and break, but it's out of play from Hemp. I can't believe Russo missed that.
No.
Cannot believe
I think
Russo missed
what
that.
was more unbelievable, but if she has a good shot and it's a good save, then fair enough. But the shot was just terrible. She passed it to Yamashita.
Tate says, why are you guys talking about the game like there isn't 15 minutes left? That's very true, but from what we've seen in this match, Arsenal have missed so many opportunities. There is no evidence to suggest they are going to
exactly.
score.
That chance should go in, but I think that if you ask me, if Russo goes 1-on-1 again, will she score or miss? I'm going to say miss.
Kavaji plays it through, and that little just doesn't quite anticipate that. Hatagawa goes back to Yamashita, and that gets sent long.
I mean, we learnt last year though that the game's never over between these two sides. Arsenal could score 2 in additional time again, but they don't look like they are because they just keep missing chances.
Yardflex says Bunny Shaw is the difference. Marlon says Sam Kerr's better than her. It's hard to judge because since Khadija Shaw, Bunny Shaw's become as clinical as she is, we've not seen Kerr at her best.
I think just enjoy them both.
Yeah, that is always
I can't split them.
The problem is because I'm biased. I love Sam Kerr. Absolutely love Sam Kerr. So I would never say anything other than Sam Kerr.
They're brilliant in the air. They're both quick.
Right now, I will agree. Khadija Shaw's a better player because we've not seen Kerr play in a year. Chance now for City. Hemp's in. Huge challenge from Ruben Moy.
Flags up.
Flagged off anyway. Spencer saying Chelsea didn't look great against Villa. True, but it's they're under new management. There are a few new players starting. Villa looked really good, and I think that's the other underestimated impact of it. Aspect of it is that Villa are a good, well-drilled team.
Yeah, but also this is what we talk about with Man City as well. And what Man City and Chelsea do is they win games even when they're not playing very well.
Yeah,
Chelsea didn't look great because that's expected. There was going to be problems. They're under a new manager for the first time in 12 years, but the fact they still won the game shows everything you need to know. City are winning right now. Despite, for me, I think a second half they've probably been the better side, but overall they've been second best in this game.
Yeah, indeed. Sam Parker saying, I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Our manager is out of his depth. He needs to go. We aren't winning anything with him in charge. We might not even qualify for the Champions League. That's 2 years now. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with anything you've said there. I think Eidevall's tactically limited. His teams can't break down low blocks. In a game like today, it's not his fault. I think we can be very clear about that. Arsenal have not lost today because of Jonas Eidevall. At some point, the players have to take accountability because the amount of chances they've generated, the amount of chances that they have had, and they have missed all of them, bar one. I just can't. I can't understand that.
Yeah, no.
That's not on Jonas Eidevall. But I will agree, the result against Herken and other results is down to his tactics being too defensive at times. I think that works against top sides.
As we did an Arsenal preview, if you want to watch it, go watch it after the stream. But as we said, winning a Conti Cup, just winning a Conti Cup this year is not good enough.
No.
Russo,
good opportunity. Takes long about it, does get a shot away, forces a save out of Yamashita.
This is what is weird. That shot from Russo was better than the one where she was 1-on-1. It's bizarre. There's 3 defenders between her and the goal. She's outside the penalty area, yet she strikes the effort better. Yeah,
Kelly here has lost that to McCabe. It looked to be a foul, and McCabe's taking it over 2 players. I don't really know why, but they're in here. Arsenal through to Rosa Kafaji. She's in for Arsenal. It's deflected out! And Mead puts it in. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2. Parity restored. Kafaji broke through. Shot clatters off the post. Falls for Beth Mead, who turns it home. And Arsenal are back level. It was a weird moment. Mead took it over. Sorry, McCabe fouled someone, or looked to have fouled someone, flicked it over the player on the floor.
Wow. This is ridiculous. This is incredible. City are furious. I think it was a yellow card's gone to Alex Greenwood for her complaints. Wow. I didn't think Arsenal would find the back of the net. Kafaji does really well from that angle. Yeah. Unlucky, he hits the inside of the post. Mead scrambles it home, but City are furious. McCabe.
Was this
That's a foul. She doesn't
No.
get the ball. She gets nowhere near the ball.
Little then falls over Kelly, which I'd argue is a foul again, because Kelly can't get up and take the ball. McCabe flicks it over Little and Kelly for some reason. That she did not need to do that at all. But yeah, no.
McCabe doesn't get the ball. She doesn't touch. That's a clear foul.
I can see the frustration for City there, but afterwards they switch off.
They do.
You know, there's no excuses for this moment here because Kafaji, this should be dealt with by Yamashita. It's poor goalkeeping for me.
Smart from Mead. That is so smart from Beth Mead, by the way, to put that back across all the running bodies.
City are not going to give in that easily. Going to fall for Park. It's blocked in the box. There was a claim for handball. It looked to hit her in the face though. Arsenal will look to counter-attack Caldente, and it's pulled back. There's a head injury in there for both Khadija Shaw and Kay McCabe. They came together in there.
I mean, as much just to compare, just to even it up, I think that was a foul from McCabe, but Ford's goal earlier looked onside.
So yeah, that's the thing in football. Things do balance themselves out in that way, and City can complain that that's a foul, but that doesn't lead directly to the goal. Yeah. There is so much that happens afterwards.
It's not a terrible tackle. She doesn't get the ball, but it's not like
she doesn't seem to get anything.
No,
she's not got a lot of Kelly. She's not got a lot of ball. She just slides on the ground.
It's great, and then she puts a great ball in behind. Kafaji does really well, and then smart from Beth Mead back amongst the goals. That's a huge goal. It's a great ball through from McCabe. Kafaji does the right thing. It's not a bad shot from such a tight angle. And then Mead puts it into the back of the net.
Yeah.
But game on. 8 minutes to go. I think there's another goal in this game. I really do.
Oh, what a bold statement. Chat, let us know. Arsenal, Man City, will this end a draw or will it go one of the two ways? Let us know in the live chat.
And now, we mentioned earlier that Miedemar was a top goal scorer in match day 1. Beth Mead overtakes her.
Wow. So now Miedemar needs to get another one.
But she's off. She's been subbed off. So
she's come back on. Which I can't do. So McCabe will have to go off for a moment because she required treatment, as will Khadija Shaw. I don't know where she's gone.
She's off though. She's off.
She's not on the field.
No.
I don't know where she is.
Left.
We'll find out soon. Zinsberger. She's over there.
McCabe is moaning. She wants to get back on, and now they're back on. 11 versus 11.
Yamashita now. Rousseau will give chase. Here's Greenwood.
And now momentum's with Arsenal.
Hasegawa. If this game ends a draw, do you still think there'll be frustration for Arsenal because of the chances they've missed?
They've missed way too many. They need to win this game. They really need to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Chris Woods just scored a penalty.
That's fun.
So that's fun. Greenwood back to Yamashita.
Yamashita,
this game.
My days.
Heating up now, 7 to play.
This is smart from City. They're not worried about going forwards at the moment. They're just trying to calm the game down because they know that Arsenal have momentum.
Best Furnace says, come on Arsenal. Joel says that Arsenal will win 3-2. So yeah, let us know how you think this game is going to end. Jess Park coming forwards, knocks it wide for the run of Chloe Kelly. Kelly delivers into the box. Players queuing up to try and head it. Headed away by Lea Cadena. Rousseau spins Hasegawa. Space drive into Park. Will get a yellow for that.
Can't put your hands up.
No intent to play the ball.
Carter coming out today.
Attack. Yeah.
McCabe wants to get... McCabe's on a run.
How is McCabe not on a yellow, by the way? The amount of cards they've been, but she's not got a card.
But is it... I guess... she's had a good game today, but...
Well, she's played really well, McCabe.
Yeah, she has. But the foul before the goal should have been a free kick and a yellow card. I don't know how she avoids them, but either way, she's had a brilliant game, Katie McCabe. You know, has looked phenomenal in both.
Her defensive contributions have actually been really good, and I think there was a lot of frustration with her performance against Harecamp because she was getting caught out defensively, and obviously the goal was due to her error. Yeah, a lot of it was due to her error, and so I think there's a lot of frustration. But she has played really well today. Huge block at one point. to deny Virginia.
Yeah. 5 minutes to play. All to play for. 2-2.
Spencer's Mark says Gareth Taylor needs to go. There's going to be any WSL teams left with a manager at this rate.
Little pokes it to Calvin-Tate. Oh my
Slides
God.
it through. Chancellor Russo cuts it across. It's just past me. Can she keep it alive? Kafaji's in the box if she can. She just holds on to it a little too long there. Little back out wide to Fox. Can she keep it in play?
No, that's poor from Little. That's a poor pass. This is hotting up. I can't call it. I really can't.
I've no idea.
City had all the momentum. They were leading. Arsenal get a goal. I'm fed up watching this tackle. They need to stop talking about it.
She doesn't make a whole lot of contact with Kelly. She doesn't get the ball, but she doesn't make that much contact with Kelly. There's no.
That's the back foot.
Yeah.
Okay, that it's a foul. But
it's a foul, but City can't complain.
Exactly. Ford's goal earlier was onside. So
and they've got to defend this. Yamashita's got to stop that going into the box. Someone's got to stop Mead at the back post. They can't complain.
Yeah.
Too much time passes. Yeah, it's a foul, but yeah, too much time passes. Chance for Arsenal now. Kafaji bearing in on goal. Oh. It's a wayward effort. What an indictment. What an introduction. Sorry, that would have been for Kafaji.
She's looked sharp. She's looked really sharp since she came on.
Yeah.
Park not quite doing what Park did earlier. But
Sapphire says, is it just me, or does Jess Park look like Joe Hart a little bit? That's a random shout, but I'm not sure. I've not looked at Joe Hart in a while. Spencer's and Mark says City will be up there, win or lose. True. That's the thing.
I think all three teams.
This game gives us an indication of where everyone's going to be in the title race, but it certainly doesn't settle anything. Arsenal beats Chelsea and City at the Emirates last season.
Vouty, that's a nice ball.
Arsenal beat both Chelsea and City at one point last season. They also drew with City in the other match. So they took points off them and they still didn't win the title. They were still 5-6 points off, something like that. So this by no means settles the title race or anything like that, but it certainly gives us an indication of where teams may sit, where the pecking order may lie. So
and it's just that, it's what you want. You'd rather have the points than for one of these sides to go level with Chelsea is much better than being 3 point. At the moment, they'll both be 2 points off.
But Arsenal have a chance to take points off Chelsea in a few weeks' time. Obviously, City play Chelsea in November. But there are other teams now, I think, that can take points off the top side. So it's going to be more competitive than just, can you beat these teams?
Yeah, exactly.
It is by no means a foregone conclusion. As we saw last season, that Chelsea, City and Arsenal beat every other team in the league. And it just comes down to these games. So I wouldn't read too much into this for the title race yet, but it certainly gives us an indication of where teams lie. Here's Kelly. What's more interesting is the way teams play. Ball into the box, headed away. Because I've not been convinced by City's performance, but equally I don't think Arsenal have missed way too many chances, which is the same issue that plagued them last season. This is a great position.
I think Kim Little's had a pretty poor game, but as you say, I think it's more the consistently. Because Arsenal lost to Tottenham, City lost to Brighton, Chelsea lost to Liverpool last year, but it's the fact that United, Liverpool, Tottenham, even Aston Villa could take points off the top three more consistently rather than the one-off occasions.
Yeah.
But this is a huge chance for City. A free kick in a very good area with a minute and a half to play. As I'll say, I know it was a very brief cut. I think Kim Little's really struggled.
I don't think she looked as good in the pivot as she does higher up the pitch. I think, playing in that deeper role, she's not been as good. She's been caught in possession and now she's conceded what could be a costly free kick. Alana Kennedy is over the set piece. So is Alex Greenwood. I love the fact their centre halves line up for a free kick 20 yards out. So can they find a route to goal from this set piece then? There's been a goal in Palace Tottenham. We'll check that out in a moment. What will happen from this free kick? Alex Greenwood takes aim, blocked by the wall. All that build up. Go. Oh, they could have gone for nothing. Yeah. And well, unsurprisingly, Tottenham taking the lead. 19 minutes gone there. Tottenham 1, Crystal Palace 0. A good start then. Yeah. For Tottenham. And I'll wait to find out who's. Palace have got a really horrible run. I hope it's Rebecca Spencer. That'll be mint. But for loads of points. But for them, they know their points aren't for today. They're not. They'll give it a go, but they're already 1-0 down. They know that their points are against other sides around them. I did see someone point out, by the way, on the topic of fantasy WSL, that if D'Angelo had scored, defenders' goals count the same as goalkeepers' goals. Right. Which shouldn't. No. Goalkeeper goals should be a lot higher. I think. 10 points, I'd say. Because they're so rare. But then I would have really regretted benching D'Angelo. Here comes City if she had scored. Here is Lauren Hemp, moves it wide. Chloe Kelly looking to make something happen, finds Mary Fowler. Huge challenge in there. Kelly lifts it back into the box. It bounced around.
Oh my God.
Got there, cleared away by Vuba Moy.
7 minutes.
We have got time in this one then.
Wow.
Got a lot of time in this one.
Zinsberger flapped at that. Think it was pulled back for a free kick anyway, but that could have been huge. Just got hit on the head. I think there's a bit of collision between her and... Let's have a look. Kelly puts the ball in. Hemp jumps with that. I mean, it's not a foul for me. And I think if it had gone in, could have been some more controversy in this game. It could have got any more controversial. Park picks it up. Caorente out to Fox. Valti, Arsenal just controlling there's plenty of time. Still 6 minutes to go. Bloody hell, what a game. What a game this is. I'm still bargaining on one late twist. I think there's still a goal in this game.
I think there definitely
what a ball.
be.
Oh, Greenwood, that's fortunate. Ball over the top from Arsenal. They're all running back and it hits Greenwood's heel.
Fowler knocks it wide into Kelly. And that's one back by Arsenal, and they'll look to break. Caldente. They've got so many players forward here. Arsenal, McKay to the left. Options inside, finds Kafaji, cuts back onto her right foot, takes aim, looking for the top corner. And it's just wide. Just wide from Rosa Kafaji. Brilliant from Arsenal again, though.
I don't blame her taking it on, but I don't know. I don't know if it was the right choice. Oh, it's not far away.
Tottenham 1-0 up after 18 minutes. The goal from Hayley Raso. So the fantasy WSL points are coming in now. You'd love to see it. But so Tottenham taking the lead there against Crystal Palace. Sinead asking who scored City's first goal. It was Miedemar, though. It took a huge deflection off of Leia Cadena. Vubamoy heads it down. Here's Kim Little. Little goes back to the goalkeeper, Zinsberger. 5 minutes to play. Vubamoy sends it forward. Caldente touched it down. Tries to play through the lines there. Leia Valti is deemed to have been fouled. I thought that was a foul, to be fair. Sure, a little too aggressive. We're trying to win that ball.
And she's in
And
the
she
book.
will get a yellow card for that.
It's another one.
Much despite her complaints.
Quite a few.
So
I don't know.
Not a great day for anyone who's captained her in Fantasy WSL.
No. Yeah, it's been I've seen a lot of cards in it. There's another one. Who's that to?
So I can't have been to Shaw. Shaw got one a second ago. That's a Lauren Hemp, I believe.
Another one.
Who has also been booked for complaining. So we are going to see more for dissent this season. If you complain to the referee, you are more likely to pick up a yellow card. Or you should pick up a yellow card. Unless, of course, you're the captain. The captains are allowed to talk to the referees. Other than that, you're not supposed to complain to the referee. That's great pressure from Roos. So you haven't actually smashed the ball into her.
If you still complain as the captain, you get booked like Alex Greenwood did.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I still don't... This game is... We've seen cards, we've seen controversy, it's been all over, but we've seen a brilliant game of football. Is there one late twist to go with it?
Well, potentially. 4 minutes to go. Or 3 minutes to go, pretty much. Sinead says, I didn't know Rasa had left City. Good for her. Yeah, obviously she left last summer, went to Real Madrid, but only for a season though before joining Tottenham this summer. And Yi Chen Lui are very pleased because that is points for their FPL team. Yeah, I'm pleased with the Raso points as well. No one else on my team's got anything. Here come Manchester City then. Fowler on the ball. Now Kelly. Kelly goes back to Kasparai, looking for options here. Kirsten Kasparai could have gone back down the line, opts for a central option instead, and that's picked off again this time though. McCabe is penalised for a foul.
I don't know. Again, I think it's a soft one.
Yeah. I'm not sure it was McCabe, actually. It might have been Kafaji. To be fair. Sorry to Katie.
2.5. 2.5 minutes to play. 16 shots from Arsenal, 14 from Manchester City. What a game.
It's ramped up in the last about 10-15 minutes, hasn't it? Those touching the opposition box were, I think, at 8 and 11 after 75 minutes, and now on 95, they're at 26. I didn't see what the City total was, but I think it was in the 20s as well. Ball over the top. Shaw with an opportunity.
What a tackle.
That is crucial from Leia Cadena.
That is a world-class tackle.
Phenomenal challenge from Cadena in there.
Shaw's onside.
Shaw, for sure, would have scored.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Leia Cadena take a bow. That is, that tackle is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. City have got more momentum, I feel. City have got the momentum.
But they are so high, and I feel
Honestly,
if they keep pushing, Arsenal might get an opportunity on the counter.
Yeah, the pendulum has swung so many different ways today.
Yeah. As Arsenal have pushed higher, it's allowed Arsenal have looked worse when they've gone for the game more. When they've tried to be more attacking, they've looked more open to expose. When they've played defensively, they've had opportunities because City can't build out. Because they want to score, because they want to win the game. They're going for it, and that's actually inviting City pressure on. Hasegawa. Kennedy. I think before the game, Arsenal would have been the happier side with a draw. I think after the game, though, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I think Gareth Taylor will be relieved they've drawn. Obviously, if they go on to win now, which they might, because Greenwood's just driven through the lines, finds Chloe Kelly, ball into the box. Who will it meet? An Arsenal head drops it there for Alexandru. Takes it.
Oh, wow.
Zinsberg with a crucial stop with 30 seconds of additional time left.
Brilliant ball from Kelly and Alexandru. That's a good effort.
Claimed well there by Zinsberg. Kay Vargas asking how did Russo play? Not well, if I'm honest. She came on about 60 minutes. She missed a big opportunity. A big opportunity that would have changed this game, really. And yeah, I mean, a lot of her
Karen
plays
Tate went
good,
high,
but she missed that, and that's a huge blemish on her performance. Here come Arsenal. Caldente fighting away for possession. Little. And that is full time, much to the frustration of Eidevall. He shows the full official his watch. I don't know what he's expecting. They're not going to play more time. Eidevall's just begging for a second yellow card here. Taylor goes over to shake his hand, and he is gracious in that defeat, but he's still complaining. But that is full time here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2. In the opening encounter between the title hopefuls, the title challengers to Chelsea this season, no one draws blood. Honours even at 2-2. But wow. Eidevall is already going over to complain to the officials. He is not happy that game was stopped when it was. Arsenal seem to be on the attack. The referee, nothing wrong with blowing the whistle in that moment. Eidevall thinks there was more time than there was. He doesn't dictate the time, so I'm not sure why he's decided that. But, wow. An incredible game. Two sides played at such a high tempo. Some great goals. WSL, welcome back.
And breathe. Wow.
Yeah, indeed.
That was brilliant. That was an absolutely brilliant game. It was just enjoyable to watch. From a neutral point of view, when you haven't got a horse in the race, watching two of the best sides in the world go at it for 90 minutes is just brilliant. City had put on early pressure. Arsenal then took the lead. They then controlled the game. City then bounced back through I would say a lucky goal. Second half, Arsenal started strong. They looked like they were going to score. They didn't find the back of the net. Jess Part then produced the goal of the season for me already to give City the lead, and then Arsenal responding later on in the match. Overall, what a game!
Yeah,
what a brilliant game!
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment in chat. Sage saying, "Oh my, what a stressful game." Indeed, I'm glad I was a neutral for that one because it made it enjoyable. I imagine if you've got a horse in the race, that is a difficult one to watch, a stressful one to watch. But yeah, a great game of football. Two sides who are playing top football, competing.
Yeah,
I mean, I love to watch it.
Long may it continue. I really hope the WSL title fight is going to deliver more games like that. We've got Chelsea Arsenal coming up. We've got Chelsea Man City, Chelsea Man United. Arsenal have got United coming up as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look to our immediate future though. Next Sunday, Manchester City welcome Brighton to the Joey Stadium in their first home match of the season, while Arsenal travel to a new look Leicester side under Amandine Mikel. Brighton looking really good. City, that's going to be a tough challenge.
Yeah, it's for me, both those games are kind of in the similar bracket. It's Brighton and Leicester are two up-and-coming sides that look to have a lot of potential this season that could cause a problem, but realistically, if City and Arsenal bring their A game, they should have no problems.
Indeed, and obviously Arsenal-Leicester away. Arsenal will hope to win it, but it will be a tough match. Either way, we'll be breaking down everything from this match in more detail in a video probably Wednesday, I would say. We might get out for Tuesday if possible, but probably Wednesday. So look out for that. Other than that, we are back next weekend. We are live on Thursday night. Shouldn't forget that as well, for BK Häcken versus Arsenal, the second leg of that Champions League tie. Our must-win match for Arsenal. So make sure to join us here. I believe it's a 7:30 kickoff, so we'll be live from 7:15. Then on Friday night, we might go live a little bit early for Chelsea Crystal Palace, so we can talk about the Champions League draw on Friday. So look out for that. Again, I believe that is a 7:30 kickoff, so do join us for that as well. And then on Sunday, Manchester City versus Brighton. We've still got 2 games going on right now. For anyone that's in the Discord, if you want to chat about that, we will be active on there if anyone wants to talk. So get involved. Join the Discord, link in the description. I've just seen someone join it, so I don't know if they've preempted that or whether they've heard my message instantly. But do get involved there, and we'll be talking about the rest of the weekend there. And obviously, Fantasy Devil, all that sort of stuff. I'll be praying for more Haley Raso points. But other than that, we will be back next weekend. Are you going to get ready to end the stream?
I'm going to lie down after that. That was incredible.
Fair enough. But that is everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.